do remember that everyone managed to survive their crazy wayward journey as they had attempted to teleport through a one of the meridians here on the planet that does not allow travel like that, stopping them just in the middle of the ocean, next to a seemingly deserted island, but it was full of druids. Thaxel saved the day by turning into a whale and swallowing everyone up as an ancient creature chased them to an island.
I took them in my mouth.
Oh, that's right. You specifically said, I take them in my mouth. Right. Okay. Maybe I should... Let me pause. And I'm just going to run our TVMA warning for the stream. Then we'll get back to our recap.
Following D&D campaign is rated TVMA LSVE.
Everything.
It contains strong language, sexual situations, violence, extreme nerdiness, and evil player characters. It is intended only for mature audiences. Your discretion is advised.
Of all the streams. Even more than Sunday.
Way more than Sunday.
Excellent.
I'm sorry, did you say you put something in your mouth like everybody? Did you kiss your mammy with that mouth?
I don't have a mammy.
Oh, you poor thing.
I know.
Nice.
Thaxel, don't make me cry.
Yeah, mammy, no.
Please. Her mammy's fine.
Nice.
Just dead.
She's in a better place.
There are spells for that, actually.
I mean, even it makes you feel much more better. At least she ain't feeling no pain.
Mm.
Well, she was when she died, so.
So thankfully, they survived that. They found their way to the main island there to procure travel back. Although I think you all just ended up using the teleport via plants, trees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did. So we are back in Woodrun.
Yes. Woodrun Village. Having briefly met a couple of characters from Sunday Night's campaign, which was a lot of fun, they have whisked themselves back away back to the Woodrun Village, and their means in the Bathhouse to return to the Baron to deal with that. So currently, there are they're in Woodrun Village, or Rheya, Thaxel, and Agra. And we will meet our other folks here along the way. So I will keep things moving for the first part, just so we can get to the others. Vic, I think you did you give? Should I message Deontay with some of the details, or did you already sort of cover?
Oh, yeah, you might need to cover it with him, but I was also gonna slyly say something to the other two on our way, in character, warn them.
I'll bring that up and work my multitasking magic. I'm very good at it.
I'd screenshot it, but I don't want to give away spoilers.
Awesome. All right. So I will shoot you that, Deontay. Just a rough. That's my bad.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool. Okay. All right. But I'll start the role play. You've all returned. It is. I believe it was nighttime as you returned, right? Or at least late evening, on the very outskirts of Woodrun Village. You are welcome to pick it up from there. Again, the stars spread across the sky above on an endless sea of galaxy and nebula that you can see because there's no light pollution. Yay! The smell of the farm where you what do you call it? My brain is not in gear tonight. Sorry. The place you ate, the butcher's shop, slaughterhouse. That's what I'm looking for. Wafts over the evening on the evening air, and you're welcome to approach. The city looks quiet. Lights on some abodes. A few people walking about the town streets.
As we're approaching, Rheya will turn to her two friends and say, just so you two know, in all of this craziness with Nobella, I forgot to mention, when Dina had to leave, I requested that my people find maybe a couple of others to help us in our journey. And I stalled it when we found Nobella, but obviously she's no good. So,
hate that bitch.
Right. So, yeah. So, when we get to the Barrens, on top of whatever it is that is going to happen there, we're going to have 2 people joining us. I kind of brought in a mercenary and then someone who has been taken on by the family. Now, we do not have to accept them into this group. This is an application process, but I wanted to, move things along a little bit. We're slowly dwindling in numbers, and I don't know. I'd feel better with this whole phylactery thing if we had a couple extra hands.
So they need an interview.
If
Can I
that's
interview?
what I don't know if a
feel
traditional
like that's
interview
as good
is. Yeah.
I feel like a Thaxel interview is as good a benchmark as we're going to get for can you handle this group.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a goddamn delight. And
I mean,
if they can't handle me, they're not suited for this group.
I would agree. Their skills have been thoroughly vetted, so
Yeah, I don't trust that.
I think they're capable, but will they mesh well with the group? That's a group decision. So I hope
Does
y'all don't
Tassos-
mind.
Does Tassos know these individuals personally?
He's aware of one of them. The mercenary, though, he wasn't very involved with him. It wasn't really his business. So,
Cool.
I just wanted to warn you, no more surprises.
Thanks for the heads up.
Look, wait, we got to keep business moving, all right? I didn't have time for the paperwork and to ask, permission.
I have to do paperwork? That
Yes.
sounds awful.
Right. That's why I did it, Axel.
I'm concerned thinking about 2 new individuals and trying to get them into the center ring of Pele.
In the Pele. Well,
They can live in a house like on the outskirts while we have our mansion. Like,
Having
they can
extra
just-
muscle doesn't help much if they live somewhere else.
well, we'll just keep that, like, their rooms ready for when they meet all these challenges to get into the prime ring. Right?
the other,
Because, what happened
the
last
other
time.
option is go ahead.
No,
No, go ahead.
I don't want to do how we did with Nobella.
I'm not being knocked unconscious again. I'm sick of that shit.
Right.
But only when I
Well,
do it, right?
We can cross that bridge when we get there. I mean, we could always accomplish something with them. But the other option is that we have other places to stay besides Pele. So if we have to for the time being.
Right. Whatever. I don't know I don't know. I just work here.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And you do a good job. Your annual review is coming up.
A what?
Your annual review.
I don't understand what that is.
You will on your
Right.
paycheck.
Speaking of, I need some money to go get some poisons and stuff in town. Wait, they don't have poisons here. God damn it! We
No.
need to get back to our side of the world so I can get some poisons.
Yes.
I've got to. I'm now doing a collection, and like each individual is going to have at least 5. I'm going to put into their system before I kill them. And Nobella only has 1 to her name. Revis and McGregor have like at least 2. But I think everyone needs like a solid 5.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
you guys have a pet.
Basilisk?
Right?
Oliver?
Mm-hmm. I was thinking there's got to be a way to make some crazy poison out of his blood or his eyes or something.
Well, that's if he'll allow us. I'm not gonna make him do anything he doesn't want to. He is a beautiful creature.
How would you know? You can't look at him.
Well, I looked at his hide, his belly, when I gave him scritches, when he was a pup. His tail. You know? You just don't look at his eyes. It's not that hard. Just don't look at it.
I was just thinking it might be fun to make a poison that temporarily turns somebody to stone. And then you could just give it to them repeatedly while they're tied up, and they could have the terrifying moment of, is this going to be the time it sticks? Repeatedly.
That's dirty. Oh, I'm not here. That's dirty.
I kind of like where your head is, Aga. I almost called you Bob the Builder.
Mr. Builder to you.
Mr. Builder. We should talk, and especially about how you're going to make me a drake. I really want one.
Make you?
Yeah, they come from wizards. That's what the guy said. That's what the Linnet guy said.
I'm not good with organics.
Well, you can read up on it and you can figure it out.
Maybe
I have so much faith in you. I don't want a golem. I want a motherfucking drake.
Well,
I have a drake. I would love to have a drake. I have a basilisk. I have a giant owl that can't be on my shoulders anymore because I think he's big, right?
Daxel, you are significantly better with biological anything than I am. I don't see why you don't just make one. You have access to the same spells, same magic I have. If anything, it's even better at making things.
But
I'm not good at natural shit.
The tiefling said it was a wizard thing. I'm not a wizard. I am of the earth. Okay.
Where do you think dragons come from?
Eggs.
Which is a natural cycle?
Well, first when a mommy dragon and a daddy dragon. This is the second conversation I've had about this week.
Are you all walking into town as you talk, or are you waiting outside? Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Aga's definitely got like his eyes open for that fucking whatever his name is, that asshole who's our guide here.
Oh, right. Oops.
He's so nice.
Oh, Aga hates him.
He gave us alcohol,
Very nice.
though.
Yeah.
Aga still can't stand him. He's so polite. What a dick.
Gadrulon, I think, yeah.
Something like that.
You do see that there are lights on in the bathhouse that Gadrulon runs. There's lights on in a few of the taverns and such here as well. And homes. But you do have to walk by the bathhouse as you enter from the east here. You do see some of the lights on, the steam coming out of the vents up top.
Could I ask a quick question, DM?
Yeah.
Am I feeling particularly weird after a bite that happened a while back?
Nothing's changed yet from the last event with that. No. But
okay.
You still have... there's sort of an odd both weariness, sort of a mental weariness that's mixed with a additional level of strength that you then over what you normally have already. But you feel some mental fatigue. You just feel like you're pumped, you're ready to go. You're yeah.
Okay, that's it.
All right. What would you all like to do? Would you like to continue through the town, or
Let's just go back. Just super fast. We don't have to go into great detail. But do we have a plan when we meet the Baron? Renegotiate? Is that the plan?
Kill him.
No, we're not killing him.
I haven't gotten to kill anybody in a while.
Daxel, we're not killing him.
I think it might be a better idea not to kill him.
But I'm so like...
Daxel, here's
I
my
gotta do
thought.
something.
We could kill him at some point, but currently he's our only connection to Nobella.
He's also going to help us with the phylactery, and
That's right.
Might I remind you, I do not ask very many things of you, but fucking with my business is one of them. And this could be a really good connection for the family. Do you really want to go tell Tassos you fucked that up? Because you couldn't keep your dagger in your pants.
That is an apt metaphor.
I could really use a drink. Who wants a drink?
Oh, well, we can get a drink before that awful ride back to our continent.
Yeah.
All right. The butcher, Lothar's Butchery, is open as one of the places to dine and drink.
Man, I felt that burn all the way over here, and I was doing myself.
Yeah.
Hey Dan, are we about to have some downtime before we leave?
Up to
like,
you all.
Like a few hours or whatever? Because I think he had us scheduled for like a few days or something when we were going to leave or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. So how much time do we have? I don't know.
I mean, at least like 3 hours or so. It's around 6:30 now, and it probably wouldn't be until the original time. Late to see at 10:30, so 3-4 hours.
Okay, so Aga for the next 3 or 4 hours collected some stuff that's native to Avernus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He has some chromis slime, some fennel silk, cilia beans, and tail leaf.
Nice.
And he is going to start looking into the properties of the fennel silk. That's where he's going to start.
Okay.
So over the next 3 hours or so, he'll be toying with that.
All right. What are the rest of y'all doing? Or Rheya and Thaxel, I guess, in this case.
I'll try and do it like near them if I can. So if they want to include me in conversation, I can be there. But I'll be mostly focused on whatever.
Okay.
I'm trying to think back to what we had. I'm looking at my notes. I think Rheya will just be there unless Axel needs her to do anything. She will just be thinking through the different scenarios of what's going to happen with the Baron, so she's well prepared.
Okay. And Thaxel?
Well, we don't have poisons here. So she's going to reorganize her collection of poisons and probably send a message to Tassos to keep him posted, if at all possible, if that'll reach him.
Okay, roll a percentile dice as you send that message out.
There was a 16.
Okay. Message leaves, but you don't hear one back.
Cool.
All right. So you're all able to handle your things there. Rheya planning things out. Thaxel doing your business. And Aga collecting collecting those items and sort of examining and working with the fennel silk. Fennel silk, of course, often mistaken for a spider's web. This white web-like plant grows amongst some colder, darker environments. It uses sharp hooked tendrils to help secure the edges of the plant to nearby rocks or plants. Adventurers that are adept in the use of fennel silk, which is not quite you yet, you're still examining it, you can recognize a number of applications it has. As you're examining it, you find that it seems like it would work with protecting your extremities from harsh, low-temperature environments. Protecting against the cold and possibly cold and wet.
So it's kind of like an insulation agent.
Yeah. If you actually make I guess, do we have like an herbalism thing? If not, just make an intelligence check. It'd be fine.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Sword Thief. Yay for the sub.
We have nature, which is intelligence based.
Yeah, go for it. Perfect.
10.
Okay.
Not great. First roll of the night. off to a bad start.
You kind of get that it can be used in a potion to sort of stabilize body temperature, protecting against cold, but that's, just the basics.
In a potion, not as like a... Like, I couldn't, weave this into a garment and have it still be protected?
With that, you'd recognize the potion ingredients. You'd have to get into some advanced, you need a setup, a bench and tools and stuff, I think, to see if you can work it into something else. But yeah, I mean, it dies, and you might be able to look at extract and things like that.
Okay.
But, all right.
Have to work with Thaxel at the alchemy bench when we get home.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
All right. The time nears as you all gather back together there. Where are you headed?
I want to. I want to. If Rheya's right there, I'm ready to go home. I want to just be back on our side of the world and be done with this place.
I would agree. Several days not in my own bed. I'm getting a little cranky.
Yeah, let's go home.
All right.
Or wherever home is right now for us.
We make our way to the bathhouse.
Okay. It is, in fact, still open, lights on, steam escaping the vents. There's, of course, a pretty cold chill to the air, so it's very, very late fall, early winter now. It's a bit of a welcome relief as you step inside and feel some of the warmth and a little humid, obviously, the bathhouse. But you find your way in and sitting down, reading a book behind the main counter is Gadrulon. Oh, yes, welcome. Wasn't sure you'd make it. I haven't seen you for the past day or so. Please come in.
Sorry, we got stuck on a detour. I promise we didn't go to the city. Got a little turned around.
Understandable, yes. Well, you're all prepared to return then?
I think so.
Yes, please.
Can I ask you one question, Gadrulon? Do we always have to use the Baron if ever we want to do business with you or visit you again and bring you some of those things we talked about? Or is there something we can arrange between ourselves?
Well, there is another means of transportation here. I think I would be remiss to tell you, though, as the Baron likely wouldn't be fond of me sharing that, and I'm just escaped his debt, so... what I can say is, I do believe that you can either find the answers in your... Oh, it isn't in your part of the world, but he doesn't know that. Perhaps your part of the world, in the kingdom of... what is it? Arendelle. City of Zambora, or perhaps you made acquaintance with the other group of people that came through?
That we did. Now, I think they came through the city, though, because they're, I don't know, posh and nice.
Of course,
They also had one of you traveling with them.
Oh, did they?
They did.
Interesting.
They did.
Very interesting. Well, nevertheless... make a persuasion check along with your request, just to see if he's
You got it.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let me get
It's
to
not
my
going to
skills.
be hard to beat his...
I was going to chime in, but I feel like the role's already been called for, so never mind.
18 plus... so 27 for persuasion.
Another bad roll, Byron. Just kidding.
Yeah. No.
Off to a terrible start. That should have been 47.
Yeah, it really should have. Guys.
Nice. He looks around the corner and folds a book around his thumb. All I can say is that they did not arrive in the city. There is another way to arrive here that's just outside of Woodrun Village, maybe 30-40 minutes. That is where they arrived. Now, where the other end of that portal is, I do believe it may be in the aforementioned city of Zambora. But aside from that, unless you can find a way to traverse the meridians, I don't know of any other way.
All right.
Would you be able to visit a different plane first and then come back to a different spot from a different plane now that we're aware of this location?
Perhaps.
It's my understanding that a plane shift perhaps may bypass this kind of nonsense.
Would think that would be worth some investigation. Yes.
Wonderful. That's a good thought.
You're always welcome here.
We so appreciate it. And she's going to put down 6 coins. They're going to be 5 platinum and then a coin with her family's crest on it.
Oh, these are lovely. Very shiny. Thank you. He takes some. Oh, this one. Looks at your family coin. Very, very intricate. And what does this symbol mean?
It is a modified symbol of Joaquin. It's known in our area to be the symbol of my family. So.
Oh, so very precious. I will hold it near and dear and tucks it into a chest.
You can use it to find me if ever you need to.
Wonderful. You seem a little thinking oh my gosh, leave.
Yeah.
But he definitely appreciates it. Well, yes, this way then. It should be mid-morning upon your return to Port Esela-Nu. And he kind of guides you back to these. Oh wait, you were in the basement, right. So the earthy basement there opens up the door and walks down, and brushes some of the dirt aside here and there to reveal just little bits and pieces of a runic circle of some sort beneath the dirt. Yes. You here, one there, and put you sort of in a triangle. And let me know when you're ready, and I will send you underway.
I'm going to pay particularly close attention to how he's casting, what the spell might be, and what components he uses. I want to, I don't know if I need to roll Arcana or something like that, but
yeah,
I want to figure out what the hell he's doing to send us through this.
An investigation and then an Arcana, if you would.
I'm just gonna roll.
Oh, excuse me. It's too early in the episode for me to start choking to death.
That is literally 2 16s.
Oh, okay.
Let me see what my ability adds. You said investigation?
And then Arcana. Yep.
That's a 20 for investigation.
Ooh, nice.
And a 20 for Arcana.
Beautiful. Okay.
Both dirty, though.
We'll take it. Let's see. So,
very nice.
You find. I'm trying to think of what portion of this he does. There seems to be there's a normal cadence to spell casting, at least wizard-based spells. You can recognize this as at least partly wizard-based. There's a lot of the mathematics that are involved in wizard spells, but the cadence is off. It's almost as though he's casting a quarter of each measure of the spell, as though the other 3 quarters are being handled elsewhere. And so he begins casting, and then it skips, and you're sort of like, how did he get from point A to point E that quickly? It's fairly a brief spell, but you're able to log some of that mentally as portions of what he's doing, and I can work that up a little bit later and get that to you exactly what he's doing.
Okay.
And then you were all bamped again. You feel darkness envelop you, and a pull, like something is grabbed at your chest and is pulling you at great speeds across the known universe before very, very abruptly stopping and apparating in a it almost looks not quite a storage room. It's sort of partly set up for this. There are 8 very large casks, larger, taller than all of you, probably 10 feet deep, 6.5 feet, 7 feet tall. 4 lined up on either side of the wall in this cellar-esque room. Where you return, and you see 4 servants sitting idly by, like they've been tasked with waiting for you. One of them leaps up. Oh, good day. Yes, just sort of checking your faces against maybe a sketch. You're not sure, you just see a little parchment. Yes. Yes. Are you missing one? Rolls up the scroll.
Can I insight check him to see if he really thinks we're missing one?
Mm-hmm. Sure thing. This is sort of like a very late teens boy.
He's not going to know anything. I only rolled an 11, so 22. Oh, God. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Sorry, I forgot. Insight, 22.
That's awesome. They seem to have, genuinely, they're just looking at something and comparing it to you and seeing that someone's missing. They don't seem to know anything beyond that.
Yes, she chose not to join us.
Oh, very well. Well, I'm pleased that you've returned. You see them all sort of standing up and stretching a bit before finding their proper.
This was like a young man?
Yeah, young half-elf man, sort of dusty blonde hair, mid-length. Yes. Well, I can see you to the waiting room. Make sure we'll see that there's food prepared. Yes,
And whiskey.
Of course.
Send for the Baron immediately.
Of course. Yes, and he looks between Thaxel and Rheya. Mistress Rheya?
Yes.
Yes. Your guests have arrived, and we'll be waiting for you.
Fantastic. All right. Do we want to do this first, or I'll turn to those two? Do you want to do this first, or after?
The interview?
Oh, they'll be called. They're in the. They'll be called to the waiting room as well. Yes.
All right.
I want a room to where I can conduct my interviews, please. With whiskey and food prepared.
Do
you know that I'm a queen?
No. I will make the request of the Baron. But we've been instructed to say. Yes.
I'm a queen. Like, what is this? You are now being insubordinate. And I do not want to unleash my wrath after just traveling across the world.
Agra lets out a heavy sigh.
Sorry, ma'am. I do have my instructions. But follow me, and I'm sure we can get you your very
name?
much needed whiskey. It's Theodore.
Yeah. Theodore of what house?
Of this house, ma'am.
Your last name? Do you have a surname? I want to make sure I have you. I don't want to keep
the Baron waiting. We should get going. And he turns to.
I want you to know, I have a very good memory for faces.
Okay. And he scurries off, and the other ones continue and sort of lead you out to the waiting room, which is the same room that you waited in upon your initial meeting with the Baron. Maybe 5-10 minutes later, there's some food and drink served. No, your people haven't shown up yet, Rheya. You do hear some. Actually, make a perception. Actually, all three of you make a perception check, please.
Sure.
Aga's not eating or drinking a single thing.
Okay.
It's not.
DM, I'm sorry I forgot to send you the things, but I have them ready.
Oh, okay, neat. You're fine.
Is this perception you had us roll? Is that what that was?
Yes.
Only a 16.
12 on my part.
Okay. What's that, Rheya?
16. I rolled a 5.
Ooh, brutal. 16's enough to
Wait, you're a rogue. Reliable talent.
Oh shit! Yeah, no. I haven't gotten that far in rogue because I multi-class.
It's level 9. Level 9 is reliable
I'm
talent.
level 8.
Oh, okay.
Multi-classed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 1, so that was a 10. I'm a little perturbed at the door.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little occupied at the moment.
Yeah. Awesome. And there was a little bit of transportation lag after such a long trip through time and space. So the three of you are sitting down. Aga, you are keeping an eye out, being ever vigilant. So you're paying attention to a lot of things in the room, points of ingress and egress, and who's coming and going. But Rheya, as you're also doing the same, you hear some clutter from what you know to be the kitchen area, a few rooms over. Some banging here and a little bit of hooting and hollering.
Oh, don't you get your hands off me!
Mm-hmm. It sounds like that coming from the kitchen. I'll say that first, while that's going on in the kitchen, Markon will say that you have been notified that Rheya has arrived and escorted over to the room. You enter, Markon, and see Aga, the battle-scorn tiefling with icy armor.
Really quick, Dan.
Yeah.
We actually, I don't think, gave descriptions to either of them. Do we want to go through that real quick? So we can have like a fun little physical
sure.
description?
Yeah, go for it. You can start it off, Ron.
Okay. So Aga is like 6'3", 6'4" in full plate. He's like 6'2" out of it, but he is his skin is variations of blue. It's mostly dark around like his horns and fingernails, like in the creases of his skin, and then he's lighter blue everywhere else. And then he has horns that curl up and around the back of his head, and he is in heavy plate mail that looks like it's made out of shards of ice. Ooh, although all the plates are in the right place and everything, it just looks like pieces of ice. It has like little icicles hanging off of it. He carries both a mace and a maul, and he has a shield. And tucked behind his little half cape that he's got on his back, he also has what seems to be an ornate spell book.
Oh, nice.
He has a big, nasty scar on his neck that looks like it may include some teeth and frostbite.
Ooh. Nice. Awesome. Thaxel, what does Markon see?
My dogs are barking. Please ignore. So you see a 6-foot-tall lizard folk. She has blue scales, gorgeous yellow golden eyes. Well, it's a mix of like blue scales and a tan belly or whatever.
Okay.
She has some scars, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know how else to. I'm like, oh crap! I haven't described Dax in a really long ass time. She has this satchel on her side that like jingles a little bit, like you hear like glass kind of like clink. She has a couple daggers. One is very fancy, because it's a. Oh my god. It's a dagger of venom, sorry. And that's it. I will be right back. Rheya can go next.
Okay.
Rheya. Okay. So Daxel didn't say she's like 6 foot, did she?
She's
6 foot. Oh, okay. I missed it. Okay, so Rheya is the shortest at 5'11". So yeah, I know, right? So you see what looks like a half-elf with very bronzed skin that almost looks a little bit, I don't know, shimmery or glittery. She has pupilless gold eyes. She has dark brown hair that's done up in a sort of intricate, I guess, hairdo. And she's probably at this point wearing like a very chic structural like black gown. And then she's wearing a beautiful gold and silver bandolier that's just covered in different daggers.
Gotcha.
Yeah, probably with a wine glass in her hand because of Saxel. That she's like not putting down; she's just carrying it.
And you'll be the.
I love you.
So you'll be the only person in the room that I recognize. Got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what do they see, Markon, as they see you enter?
So Markon is 6'5".
Nice.
He has dreaded hair with kinky hair, and it's dreaded. His eyes are a bright orange. I have a cowl over heavy plate armor, and my sword is currently sheathed, and my shield is at my back. And there's a cowl draped over everything else. So all this stuff is underneath my cowl. Nice. And I'm gonna immediately look at Rheya with a very familiar stare, and I'm just gonna look at everyone else. I'm not gonna say a word until Rheya speaks.
Markon, it's great that you finally joined us. Let me introduce you to my compatriots. I hope the travel wasn't too terrible. This is Thaxel.
Better than what I'm used to, but I appreciate the accommodation. Thank you.
Of course. Look, we don't do shabby.
I know.
This is Thaxel.
Hello, Thaxel.
This is Aga.
Hello, Aga.
Am I interviewing you?
I'll extend a gauntleted hand and say, "Don't mind Thaxel."
I'll extend a hand back, give him a firm handshake. And what is this about interviews?
Yeah, there is an application process, and we have to have an interview to make sure that you're okay. Like, that you're.
I have one question for you before we start this interview.
Cool.
Are you paying me?
Hell no. She is.
Then
and
why
are we to Rheya.
Then why are we gonna have a discussion if you're not paying me? I just find it odd.
It's more of a compatibility test, if you will.
Oh, okay.
Consider us your coworkers.
Okay, I can deal with that.
Cool. I'm just waiting for a room and food and drink.
We've got food and drink here. You can do it here.
Yeah, but it's just easier if I have them in a room where they can't escape. Do you
Is there
feel me?
something
You
you're gonna say to
cannot
me?
poison him.
Is there something you can't say to me? You're gonna say to me that you can't say to everybody else?
Well, I mean, just in case I have to eliminate you because you're lying, or I haven't gotten that far yet. I just met you 2 seconds ago.
That's very cute.
What?
Now pat her on the head.
No.
And call her Thaxy.
And you told me not to poison him?
Was Markon the only one that walked in, or did we get...
So far, I figured a couple minutes to mingle with Markon there. Do y'all have anything you want to engage in, or any conversation between now and when the next event happens? A few minutes later?
I'll just tell the group that Markon's a mercenary, so I feel he's well suited for the group.
Thaxel will do a walk around, like several circles around.
Flex your butt. She likes it.
Okay. Well.
Please do. And I'm like,
difficult to see under all that plate, though.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I know you may have to like remove a shield or something.
She'll imagine it.
Yes, and I just like. I am trying to take in everything. It's part of the application process.
All right.
Nice.
That's what Thaxel's doing. It's an inspection.
Okay.
Thank you.
While Thaxel is doing her inspection, Aga will kind of go through like some standard like normal questions, like where'd you learn to fight, that kind of stuff, like basic, like just trying to feel out what he's capable of.
Mm-hmm.
Can you use magic?
To an extent.
Arcane, druidic,
more smitey,
divine,
give or take. Divine in origin, but not in practice.
I told y'all.
I'll look at Rheya and I'll go. I like this one.
Good. I'm glad.
Well, just because you've already approved doesn't mean that he's passed through all of my checklists.
Oh, me either, Thaxel.
My oh my.
It should be an honor to be in the presence of a queen, such as myself.
The queen of what exactly?
Pele.
Pele.
In the inner circle of Pele, yes, yeah. We have a mansion there,
Oh.
and the servants only know to call me queen. So you're
Okay.
looking at a queen.
Okay.
A queen.
Around that time, you hear some bustling, that bustling you heard before, sort of coming through.
Now, get off me now.
Some servants are like hustling around this person that's shuffling into the room with a tray in her hands full of goods. Go ahead, Kim, if you'd like to describe what they see as you enter the room.
So as the crowd, like, kind of spreads, the crowd of servants kind of shoo away from her, you see, like, you expect to see somebody tall, and as your eyes kind of lower some more and more, there's about 3'11" halfling with grayish black hair tied in a bun. She's got glasses on and ethereal blue eyes. In the corner of her mouth is a cigarette that's dangling with ash that looks like it's about to fall off. She's wearing a white blouse with like flowery designs on it and a long gray skirt that goes almost halfway down her calves and some interesting looking leather shoes that seem like they may have been cut off at the ankles. On her right hip, she has a spatula dangling. On her left hip, she has a rolling pin dangling. And in her hand, she's holding, in her left hand, there's a silver tray with 5 very interesting looking cupcakes. There are 3 of them that are bluish with like white skulls on top and little top hats on them. And there's a green one that has a skull that looks like there's something red and gooey melting from the eyes. And then on the final cupcake, there looks to be like an illicit looking creature, kind of, it's black and kind of tentacles dangling over the side. And she lets her gaze kind of go across the room for a moment, for a very brief moment. She pauses on Rheya, and I'd like to do 2 things right now, if that's okay. First, she cants her head at you, Rheya, and her eyes meet yours, and if allowed, she would speak only to your mind for a moment and say, "It is an honor to meet you." And she lets her eyes kind of wander again, and she rubs her finger over her lips. I'm going to expend a spell slot so that there is no components for this. And she'll look at the bluish horned creature and say, "Well, my, ain't you a horny one? Would you like, I'm sure that you would really like one of these blue battle muffins that I done prepared especially for you." And I'm going to cast suggestion. Give me a
Oh, shit.
wisdom.
You don't even catch it. It's all subtle. You don't catch any movement or anything. She just sort of...
And she's going to lean forward. If you can do wisdom saving throw, the DC is 18.
Ooh, I have a +6. We'll see. We'll see. That's a 13. 19.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. Now, you don't know. The suggestion's one of the few that doesn't actually let you know it was attempted. So you're just kind of looking at the muffin like, do I?
You said go ahead and have one of these muffins, is what you said?
It's a blue one. She's pointing specifically at the blue one, and then at you. It has a little top hat on it.
I don't like hats. Can I have the black one?
I mean, if you're feeling feisty, horny man, of course.
I'll pick up the green one.
Her eyes widen, and she's I mean, if that's the one you want, I'm not gonna stop you. She kind of looks a little to her left and winces a little bit, and then looks back and says, that's one of my favorites. Mm-hmm.
He'll say he'll just hold it in his hand without eating anything and say, "Thank you."
Mm-hmm. Oh, this young man has some proper manners, and she'll walk around to everybody and try to offer them one of the muffins.
I'm gonna politely decline.
Okay. Thaxel?
Do you have whiskey instead? Like, are you a servant here? I really need more whiskey.
She points at the elephant-looking one and looks back at you, and if allowed, she'll speak only to your mind and say, "My young lady, you have a very handsome man. You're very lucky. I'm sure you'll like this one." And she'll hold up the tray and say, "I'm sure you'll like it. Go on now, young lady. Don't you talk back to your elders and take a bed on muffin. This one you'll like it." And she taps on the tray.
Okay, I grab it and sniff it.
Smells like whiskey.
For the record, if I die,
don't worry, I'll take care of you.
I don't know you. Are you a servant of this house?
She looks back at Rheya,
whose hand is just like covering her face. Axel.
What?
Might I present Deirdre, the other compatriot that I brought in?
Oh, my other person I'm supposed to be interviewing. This is a good start.
This one is particularly tied to our family, Thaxel.
Oh, so this is safe.
I don't know.
Yes.
Darling.
When Rheya says, "I don't know," Aga's gonna gingerly put the cupcake down on a table.
Are these like the cupcakes I heard you were serving some of the other people at home?
She looks back at you and says, "Oh no, child, these is the good ones. You know, the special recipes that you like. I made them special, except for that one. I put the boozes in it because sometimes you just need to relax. But in the bars should be very careful around the blue ones because they give some extra special loving for men of these."
All right.
You see Thaxel's tongue like she's
nice.
I know you like cupcakes, Thaxel.
I just got to make sure that I'm not like dying right away.
Remember the cupcake house back at home?
Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
She looks back at you and just nods her head.
Oh my God. Okay, you've already passed my test. Fuck this. Okay, but I'm still, and I will go back to, I'm sorry, it was Markon or Markon? I'm really bad with names.
Either one, whatever you want to do.
She's not a cookie, Thaxel.
So, macaroon.
Or not a cookie. Do the Johnson boys have macaroons here?
Macaroons?
I stuck the with the macaroons, right?
I stuffed the cupcake. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Thaxel, like, after she puts 2 and 2 together, she's stuffing that whole thing in her mouth while she's trying to figure out their new friend's name. I'm going to call you Marky? No.
You should never name him, child. You should not until you can be sure. She puts the tray down. I just call them Johnson boys because you never know what's gonna happen. Might as well not name them till you get a taste to them.
Until I get a taste of them?
I mean, and if you want to taste
pretty sure she
them,
said attached. She said attached.
Oh.
Axel, I put them in my mouth.
It's like, oh my god, I'm having flashbacks to when I was a whale.
What is the cupcake taste like, Nana D? And does it have any effects that she might not be expecting?
The illicit one is literally like inside. There's like whiskey gel for the center. Having spent some time in the kitchen, she kind of figured out who likes what of the people she knew about. So the illicit one that she took is a flavor that she really enjoys. The green one, however, if that person that's might have some effects. But the blue ones, the other 3 blue ones, are all the Viagra ones.
Nice. Rheya, do you take a cupcake?
Knowing some of the antics that our dear Nana D got into at her brief time at the compound, she will politely decline, but give her a little week, show her appreciation.
She'll set the tray down and go find a seat and look around for an ashtray, seeing one. She very gingerly leans over, flicks the ashes, and takes another long pull of her cigarette and kind of bounces in the chair and rubs her back on the back and dangles her feet and just looks at everybody.
Right.
I want another
Is there a
one.
servant in the room anywhere?
Yes, there's a couple scurrying about, changing out food trays and such.
I'm watching them closely, by the way.
Okay.
I'm only studying. I'm sorry. Is it Markon? Markon, right?
Yep. There you go.
Markon. Okay. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right, but Thaxel doesn't know any better. That's who Thaxel is going to study more so than Nana D. Because she just gave Thaxel a whiskey cupcake.
A whiskey cupcake. That's all it takes.
Nice.
Thaxel's a simple woman.
Okay.
She is.
Fair enough.
Alcohol, she said.
I don't have.
Call her queen and give her alcohol, she said.
All right.
While continuing to...
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, it's you.
No, go ahead.
While continuing to keep an eye on the servants, Aga will gingerly pick the green cupcake back up, walk over to Thaxel and go, "This one smells like whiskey too," and prestidigitation will make it smell like whiskey.
Nice.
before he gets there. And so he'll hand it to her and try and convince her to eat it.
Nana D is gonna hold up her hand and say, excuse me, young man, Blue Johnson boy over there, this is Mr. Honey Johnson boy. Don't you be giving that child none of that mess. I see what you're trying to do, Nana D. Will not have none of that, Miss Lady. That you want to give that to a foe, not a friend. You will sit that down.
Did he just try?
Yes, he did, girl. He did. Now, I done seen it with my own. I done seen it with my own 4 eyes. I did.
All right. And you see Thaxel cast a spell.
Lord.
She is going to cast
Might
Earthbind, huh?
want to save this for the bear.
Yeah.
picked up the green one, didn't he? Bob picked up the green one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who's Bob?
Well, that's what your nameplate says.
No, I'm just
Your
kidding.
nameplate shows.
I'm just being a smartass.
She's going to cast Earthbind on Aga. So you see these, they're normally yellow, but with hers you see like this like bluish tint come around it like lightning energy too. They're going to loop around Aga, and he needs to make a strength saving throw.
Well,
you'll see you're casting a spell.
It's fine. It's Faxel. She's not going to kill me.
Nice.
Previously, I would have counterspelled it on site, but it's Faxel. This is just
nice.
Okay. Just wait it out. What do I have to get?
Hold on, I didn't read it.
Because I got 15 plus 2 for 17.
Well, that matches, so it doesn't. Never mind.
Okay.
I don't know why I even have this spell. It needs to go away.
Is that the one that just stops them from flying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's been 3 weeks, guys.
All right.
And I'm gonna take the cupcake, and I'm gonna not like shove, but I'm gonna just put it up to your face. Eat it.
I'll grab it. You said it was for foes, huh? And I'll start like taking the thing off.
Well, hello there. as she's like, eat it, and you're like, wait, this is the Baron steps in. Oh, welcome back, everyone. Such a pleasure to see you. Oh, your muffins. Yes, of course.
Actually, I heard this one was for you, Baron.
Yes.
And I'll hold up the poison muffin.
Thank you. I've had my share. Yeah, looks
Aga will say, it's here if you want it, and he'll place it down on a table near the Baron.
Nana,
then he'll
will
stand.
just poof her hair.
He'll stand uncomfortably close to the Baron.
Nice.
Is Nana flirting with the Baron?
I think they're past flirting.
Yeah.
Side note, is Aerie with us?
I'm gonna say that. Yeah, I forgot. So she'll she'll be like, just come in the doorway right now and be like, I'm here. Sorry. I just had to use the bathroom, and I think it'd be a good idea if we all did that before we got into like a big conversation.
Oh my god.
And that's where we'll take our bio break. Because it's about that time. So I can undo my Baron here for a minute. So for those who don't know, we take like an 8 to 10 minute bio break here just to get obviously bio stuff and coffee. So I'm gonna go make some coffee. Our audio will be live, but I'm gonna put up our be right back business. So catch y'all shortly. Here we go. Yeah. I have an issue with not being able to do a normal bio break. Ooh, all right. Use my phone. Oh, there it is. Oops.
Are you laughing at my text?
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Well, don't pick such a swoon-worthy picture.
My bad, yeah. That is an epic picture. I didn't realize how vascular he was, too. He has his fresh facial scars with perfect placement.
I'm a little warm. So I started, I actually started Noom a couple of weeks ago to help me with like losing weight and my just habits and everything.
Oh, nice.
I'm excited. Yeah. As I eat a slice of pizza, but I swear it's in my calorie count for the day.
Nice. Yeah.
I've got 30 minutes, but I was short like 50 steps, so I just ran around downstairs so I make my
awesome.
My goal. I know, and now I'm like really hot and sweaty.
Oh, awesome.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, well, it's worth it though. You get the stuff. I think you told me about that app because I've used it a bit since I started my thing, and it is really handy.
Yeah, it really is, and very motivational in a way that I haven't found with other programs and stuff.
Yeah. Awesome. I really like the way that that's all done with like calorie count and a breakdown of like what's in it, because so you don't fall into like a diet, instead it's like the lifestyle change.
Yes. Yeah. You can still have the stuff that you love, because I'm never giving up beer and cheese.
Yeah. Right. Word.
Yeah.
I'm still working on my moderation. I've gotten a lot better with it since now I have these workouts with the personal trainer that are like stupid, and then I look at food and I'm like, oh, I really want that. I'm like, no, I don't. One bite of that would undo that stupid hour of
I know.
I know.
Yes. Yeah.
Can I please have like I need 26 to 36 of you guys' weight, please. So that the doctor will stop yelling at me.
Awesome.
I'd be happy to share.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome.
Me either, half donut. I will not give up steak. I love it too much.
Yeah. Gosh, I haven't had steak in a while.
I just learned to eat like a smaller portion of it.
I'm cutting out my sugars in my coffee. So a long time ago, I used to have 3 tablespoons of sugar in a cup of coffee, and how on earth I could drink that, I don't even know, because that's so much sugar. But for the past year and a half, I've had 1 tablespoon, and I'm trying to cut it out because I have like 60 to 70 grams a day. You're supposed to have like 6 or 7, apparently, and it's extra bad, the processed sugar. Anyway, so I've got it down like half a tablespoon in my cup of coffee, but I can only have like 2 cups a day because it just I cannot acclimate to this yet. It's taking forever. It's like, coffee. Yeah.
I know. I've slowly been switching to tea in the rest of the day. So I'm drinking coffee in the morning and tea the rest of the day to help me with my caffeine. So that way I don't, because tea I can drink without creamer, but I can't do it without coffee.
I'm sorry, you have more strength than I do. I will quit everything but my coffee. We'll have to call it probably from my cold dead hands.
Yeah,
that's not happening.
Slowly, I will say the coffee is like slowly killing my insides. So that's probably the only reason I'm like able to walk away, is that I used to drink multiple cups a day, and now it's like it hurts me to drink it, but I can't give it up. Not all of it, anyway.
Yeah. It's tough, but I guess the trick is to just sort of do it a bit at a time, so there's no huge like shocks that you'll just go back to. Like LJ, my personal trainer, says, it says it's not a bad thing to have like a cheat day here, and if you want to eat a bacon burger, we're just going to do the bacon burger workout the next day. And I'm like, okay, all right, fair enough. Like,
yeah. I've been working out in our pool, which the heater is broken on, and it's cold here. So the pool is at 68 degrees right now. So I am freezing, but I found out it's, it burns extra calories because you're shivering. And I'm like, oh, well, it's worth it. Even though there's tears going down my eyes. I'm like, it's so cold.
You're freezing on the,
Trying to do my laps. It's so cold.
That's awesome though. Swimming.
I love coffee. I drink it black exclusively though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hope I can get there.
Nacho.
I don't know.
Espresso black.
Black coffee is heavy. Ray, you know what that reminds me? I'm Ray. Vic, you know what that reminds me of?
What?
I used to be a lifeguard at Wet n Wild. And in the winter, they still had to do our monthly in-services.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Wet n Wild.
Dude.
Oh my God. You had to do 420 yards. Not 420 yards. 200 yards in less than 4 minutes and 19 seconds.
Where is that at? What?
Orlando.
It was there. It's gone now.
Because we have something in. Oh, maybe that's not what it's called. No, it's called something else. Okay.
Well, Wet n Wild is also a chain. There's 4 of them. There's one in
Do they still exist?
Yeah, Southern Midwest somewhere. There's one of them.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember where the other one is.
Because ours got turned into a hotel.
Well, Wet n Wild is owned by Comcast, which also owns Universal. So when they opened Cabana Bay, they shut down Wet n Wild.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take the Be Right Back screen back so we can be seen once again.
Yeah, Steph, that's what I was thinking of. That's in the south of me, though. That's way south of me. I think that's what it's called.
I think that one's in Northern Virginia. Well, how do you know? No, Great Wolf Lodge, babe. The one you used to work at.
Isn't there one? Oh, there's a wolf one.
What? Where is it? It's in Williamsburg? Okay, there you go. Williamsburg is apparently where the Great Wolf Lodge is.
Great Wolf Lodge has the most ridiculous ads. They had one in Kansas City when I lived there. Have you guys ever heard them?
No. Amelia used to work there.
It's the Great Wolf. It's the Great Wolf Lodge. It's the Great Wolf. That's all. It was like, what the heck is this?
So it's like Sam was doing a workshop on how to do an ad. And they just were like, these are all good ideas.
Yeah. On point.
I know there's a wolf something down south. I don't know. I don't go outside. Screw those crazies.
Man, I live in Florida. Even I go outside. And every single crazy news story starts with Florida man.
Oh,
Lord. One thing I learned living in Florida. If you're a man living in Florida, you are Florida man.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
That's amazing.
You're wrong.
We are Florida man.
I feel like
get that on a t-shirt. We are Florida man.
I feel like I'm the only one that's not over in that direction. Y'all future people confuse me.
Awesome.
That's what Steve says on Sundays, right?
Nice, yeah.
Is that the guy that's all the way in Japan?
So what are you doing in the past?
Good God, man.
Yeah, Ortho Slice in chat. He's here with us tonight, which is exciting because
I know.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
That's naughty. This is your work time.
Ooh, I'm telling.
But we love that you're here.
That's nuts.
Pardon me. He's here. He's reinforcing how healthy it is that I'm cutting my sugar down. He's like, that's not a human level of consumption.
It's for the best.
We're here to support you.
Quick, somebody throw a glitter bomb at him, like a glitter dildo at him.
Oh, Stioko, I'm not calling you out.
I've missed so much.
Awesome, Half Donut. All right, looks like...
really quick. I'm sorry, Half Donut just asked if anybody was watching The Witcher. That shit was so good. Oh my god.
I just want to rub
Best
that
series of all
over
time.
my face. Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, really, Vic? Yeah, not a fan.
Well, we finished it, and I won't say any spoiler stuff, but I will say it felt very rushed. That's the only thing I'll say.
The end did, didn't it? The last 2 or 3 episodes, that felt like the pace changed drastically.
Yeah. But I'm all for toss a coin. Thank you, Tasha, for continuing to tag me on everything that you see that's toss a coin.
Did I tag you in the metal version?
Yes.
Did I?
With that guy from
Frogleat Studios.
No, I saw one that was a guy from Northern Europe. He's from where is The Witcher from? Where's Sapkowski?
Poland.
He's Polish.
Mm.
And so he loves The Witcher and read the books before the games came out and played the games. And he was like, there's a special place in my heart for The Witcher. And he did a metal version, like a Northern European metal.
Oh, dude, yeah, I heard that. It was fire. Yeah.
It was really good.
Oh,
that dude could sing.
Can you tweet that out and tag me? Yeah.
I'll throw it in the chat.
Yeah. It was pretty
cool.
good.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
It'll be in my YouTube history somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Dan, you were about to pull us back in.
Yes. Yoink. No, it's okay. Oh, wait. Let me get my Baron hair up. Oh, no. What'd I do with my, Oh, there it is.
Yeah, don't break my immersion.
Yeah, I know. I can't tell who you are unless you change your hair.
Rude.
So, yes, he's returned and standing before you all now. Yes. Well, a pleasure indeed. I trust that you've found the food and drink to your liking.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I need more whiskey.
Except for the cupcakes, everything was great.
Now don't you go on and talk bad about my battle muffins, young man.
I can't talk bad about something I never had.
What, didn't you keep them battle muffins out your mouth, Mr. Johnson, boy?
She's feisty. I like her.
So I trust you received your answer, yes?
We received one of them.
Just one? Not the 3?
Well, there were some complications. I'm sure you noticed our group is a little smaller. Did you anticipate that?
Truthfully, I have a deal with you, and I have a deal with her. I wasn't sure if she would return with you or not, but to my understanding, she's gone a different direction. But of course, I'll honor our deal.
Our deal was for 3 questions.
Truly, our deal was for the location of and transportation to the Gyno Sphinx to receive an answer as to the location. I had merely suggested that I believe there were 3 questions that could be received, but not actually part of our deal.
Axel's eyes will narrow, but that's all she does.
You have to understand. It's a little bit of a kink in our relationship. We had a private conversation, and I asked you point blank what you thought of Obella.
While she's talking to him, Aga is slowly going to position himself behind him, like just far enough away that he can't like feel him there, like just enough to make him uncomfortable.
Okay, nice.
Deirdre's gonna like draw her glasses down the tip of her nose just a little bit, and she's gonna survey the room, paying close attention to all the movements.
Okay. Yes, Rheya, please forgive my lack of forthcomingness. Truly, you must understand, in this line of work, maybe multiple deals at the table, I did my very best to give you an honest assessment of her. I did not believe, was not sure if she'd stay with your group. I didn't believe she'd cause you any harm, though, of course, at least trustworthy to the task. But I did have to retain some information in order to honor her deal.
Certainly wouldn't expect you to divulge all of your secrets, but I think you probably could have been a little bit more forthcoming. I mean, truth be told, not only did she steal a question from us, but she's a thief. She stole some of our belongings, so.
Oh, I do apologize. Is it anything I can replace?
It was sentimental.
Yeah.
I do apologize.
Can I tell if he's, I guess, like, this is something that he wouldn't have expected from her?
Yeah, you can do an insight to kind of get a vibe for...
Yeah.
While she's doing that, they're just going to take her top denture out.
Nice.
Run her tongue over her gums and then put it back in.
Nice.
You're gonna fucking break me constantly.
Can I just say for the record, just please adopt me. Like, I'm gonna call my lawyer real quick. Continue.
Sorry, I had to move the Baron's picture off of my.
You must look at him, yeah. No.
I rolled on hat 20, so a 31.
Ooh, nice. So you can tell there is a little bit of, I wouldn't say sorrow or regret, but he does feel a little bit on the negative side of things that he couldn't elucidate further. You know, that you're feeling disappointed. Okay. And he does seem to be straightforward about knowing that she may have left the group, that she had her own task at hand. He probably didn't plan one way or the other whether she was going to steal things or not. He kind of left that up to chance. But he does seem kind of genuine about, in his offer to replace something if there was something taken.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't speak for all of us, but I'm sure there's some way that could be made up for that. But more importantly, Thaxel, we're here for you.
Yes.
So.
You have a location then.
Yes. As I go through my notes.
Not that you have to share it with me, but I could be more than happy to offer my services in expediting your travel to said location as a way of balancing things out.
I think that perhaps getting us there quickly was already, I believe, or at least summoning it to us, was that part of the deal, I believe?
That was part of the deal.
If you are able to retrieve the phylactery and return it here, I can summon the creature's body to the phylactery for you to do with as you wish.
Okay. I think perhaps we should take the information and work elsewhere to level our debt. I don't think we need any more expedited travel. I think we've had plenty of that lately.
Of course. Yes. Did you enjoy the new land?
I'll lean into the Baron after he asks that question, and everybody's kind of like getting ready to respond. And like behind him, like at this point, I've like stepped up to him, so now he can like feel that I'm right behind him. And I'll go, I'll quietly just to him. I'll go, trust is hard earned in this group, and you've lost yours. And then I'll step around him, and I'll look pointedly at him, and then pointedly at Rheya, and then I'll walk over to where Aerie is and just kind of stand near Aerie.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't want to burn any bridges. I think that this will still be a good relationship. I just want you to realize that you're on the negative side of things.
You are what they call on thin ice, Buster.
Was there somebody need some icing?
Nice.
She definitely will, Nana. She definitely will at some point.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll make sure I prepare fish bits. You this right, and she leans back and takes a long drag of her cigarette.
We will certainly give you plenty of time to do that.
Thank you.
That's a hell of a cigarette. It's lasted a long time.
It's a Virginia Slim.
He walks across, starts to stride across the room over towards Thaxel and Rheya area, and walks up, kind of looks at Thaxel as he walks past her, and reaches and grabs an older-looking bottle off the shelf, and a couple of them, and walks back. There's a green bottle with a thin neck and just a bulbous base with some twine netting, cross thread around the bottom, cork in the top. Perhaps you'll enjoy this. It won't make amends, I'm sure, but perhaps a start. A strong drink. Flavorful.
What is it?
Oh, it doesn't even have a name. This came from a very small family-run business quite far away.
At that point, Nana's gonna put her cigarette out and slide off the chair and hold her hand out. I'll taste it first. Thank you.
Oh, we have some fresh shine.
Oh, don't. Yes, I understand, but I want to taste that.
Of course, well, this here is for he looks
Am
at
I not
Thaxel.
special enough?
I can procure another.
But I want some of that. Just a sip. Let me just get a little bit on my tongue.
He looks at Thaxel to see.
I'm gonna take it
well.
and pass it to Nana.
Okay.
She'll take it and open it, and
only because I want to see if she croaks before she tries to drink it.
Nice.
She'll sniff it, and she'll stick her finger in, kind of tip the thing just enough to get the tip wet, and drag it slowly across her tongue. She'll drag it slowly across her tongue and smack for a second, and then she'll take a small swig.
Okay. It's not it's smooth. It's almost like a good moonshine would be, in that it tastes almost like an apple cider. It has some citrus notes in there. It's very smooth but super potent.
Oh, child, you should have had one of them blue battle muffins, and if you tried it, oh, yes, you don't want none of this, child. Let Nana take this one for you. Well, work back on it and hand it back to you. And then unless you really want some.
Can I look her over, make sure like she's not about to die?
Yeah, go ahead. You can make well, if she'll let you, you can make a medicine check. Otherwise, you can make a perception check to give her.
I'll do perception. We're not that acquainted. That's a 27.
She looks fine. Yeah, you can smell the alcohol, as she speaks. It's pretty
reaches
strong.
in her blouse and pulls out another cigarette and sticks it in the corner of her mouth and smirks.
I take the bottle. If Nana's handing it back.
Yeah, she's handing it back.
Okay. I cork it, and I take a swig. Whew! This is mine.
Oh, that chap, we better get right up in this piece. Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Do you like to party, Nana?
I mean, I've been known to let my knickers loose from time to time, child.
Awesome.
It's older generation speak for. Sometimes I like to get down with the get down, child.
Okay. Do you mind if I call you Nana? I don't know what your other name is, and that's too hard for me.
No, you can just call me Nana D. But call me Nana D. I mean, and even if they're just too hard, then Nana D is just fine, child.
I could do Nana D. Girl, I could do D.
D is fine, but I prefer the Nana in front of it.
Well, of course. I would never call you just the D. That's like not what people would say. That's rude.
No, because I'm,
Because you're like a Nana. Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Nana, I done earned that title, child.
Do you want some more?
I mean, Joe, what's the worst that could happen?
I mean, nothing. We'll have a good time is what was going to happen.
Hold on now about us having a good time. Now, you hold that thought for just a second, because Nana don't swing that way, child. Now, just don't be flirting now, but we can partay, but we can't partay. Okay.
I mean, I'll be straight with you, Nana.
Yeah, you should be, because I know bet your handsome fella there, and don't you try to get fresh with me.
I mean, thanks for the warning. I'm taken, though.
Yes, I know, but that's what I'm saying. You taking, and I ain't trying to take you because you ain't my type.
You're not my type either, Nana.
Yes, I know. That's so we understand it.
I mean, I'll flirt. It just won't go farther than that.
Awkwardly, the Baron turns with the other bottle over to Rheya and holds out a vintage wine bottle. No label or anything. This has a clear glass, tall bottle of some sort of a deep red wine that almost has an iridescence to it as you view it through the edge. I came across this while you were away and thought of you, and hands it out to you to say, this is actually from the High Elves of Tor.
Ooh, high elves! They don't make them low elves. Oh, Miss Lady Rheya, you should let Nana. I want to taste it. Can I taste it? I ain't never had nothing from the higher elves. Only the lower elves, like gnomes and all that. But can I try it? I want to try it. And she'll kind of wander over there, maybe just slightly tipsy, and kind of make her way over, and she'll hold her little hand out, her left hand out, and raise it up. Oh, please, I just want a little taste, please.
Well, Nana, I think maybe we should all have a taste. Well,
yes, but can I taste it first?
Well, sure.
Why do you
Baron,
have to
would
go
you
first?
mind having her glass poured first?
Of course.
I know it's not etiquette, but...
And y'all forgive me, I'm not trying to have bad manners.
And he tells a little bit of the history. Of course, the Tor is kingdom where the High Elves, the Eladrin, first traversed. He uncorks it and starts pouring glasses, handing one to Nana D first, and then to Rheya and Thexel. Markon, if he wants one.
I'm going to pass.
Okay. Nice. And
Hard
Aga,
pass.
if he wants one.
Aga will hold his hand up, a gesture at Aerie.
Okay. And Aerie, here you go. Which she'll be like, ooh, wine.
Whoa.
Hey guys, we talked about restricting her intake. She's still a child.
Wait, hold on. hold on a minute. If I have my glass in my hand and I see Macaroon refuse this gesture, I'm gonna go over to him with my glass kind of like this. What's your deal? This is part of your interview.
What's up? What do you mean?
Why did you refuse this drink? This is
because I don't want it.
Why?
Because
I don't trust.
Why?
You don't trust what? You don't trust wine, or you don't lack wine. There's a difference.
I don't want wine.
I don't understand.
This isn't a leisure trip for me. This is business. You guys can drink all you want to. I'm gonna politely refuse once.
Are you threatening me? Oh.
No, I'm not threatening you.
But you said, oh, interesting. You don't drink at all on business. We have a lot of business stuff that we do. So you don't drink like ever?
Not necessarily.
Rheya, I can't trust him.
I'm not here for you to trust.
Axel, there's nothing wrong with wanting to keep a clear head, right?
I'm gonna have to go ahead and speak up and agree with that. It's easy to break ranks when you're drunk.
Absolutely.
Who said anything about getting drunk?
Have your fun. I'm good.
Why are we breaking things? And she'll swirl the glass around, sniff it, and then take a long pull from it.
It's really good. I mean, if I know vintage doesn't actually have any impact on flavor, but it's centuries old from the kingdom of, again, the Eladrin when they first crossed over to the Prime. If nothing else, the power of suggestion may aid in your acceptance of this wine. It's the gesture more than the taste, but it's good if you like a deep red wine.
Oh, and this is not the shine. And she'll hand the glass to Rheya. I like the shine. I don't really like this. I prefer the shine. The shine is much better than this. And she'll hand you the glass, even though she knows it's for her. She just hand it to you.
Thank you, Nana. Well, as long as it's good to drink.
It tastes fine if you like those high folks things. I mean, I prefer the short folks things. I'm gonna go sit over there.
Nice.
Rheya will hand the glass to the Baron and say, I hope you're pouring yourself one as well.
He'll take that one and just sort of, swirl it to get the bouquet and work on the sip. Well, I would suggest making haste, as your undead creature has no doubt returned to his body and grows stronger by the day. I do hope you find the phylactery quickly and return it post-haste.
Undead creature, fun.
It's not. They can be.
We're quite good at dealing with them. And Agra will look pointedly at the Baron.
Just gives a toothy grin, like.
Speaking of toothy grins, is it obvious?
Let's see. That's a good question. Let me just think for a second of what he. No, I don't think it's. He keeps it kind of hidden, and he's not sure if you all know, so I don't think he would reveal it yet. Please make sure that you bring your pet with you. It's causing quite a bit of trouble in the stables.
Oh, the kitty! Oh, the kitty is here! Oh, the little fluffy kitty! I'm so excited! Oh, the kitty!
He kind of looks
a
little.
Kitty?
Like,
I don't know what we're talking about either. Meta, right now, I have no idea what's happening.
Yep. I'm not even gonna say. I need the kitty. I cannot wait to hold the little fluffy kitty.
We have what?
We have a kitty?
What kitty did you bring, Nana?
Nana.
What? Why y'all looking at me like that?
Did you pick up macaroon? Is there a kitty I need to know about?
There's a kitty yes, the kitty. We brought the kitty.
Were you talking to me? That's not my name.
You said I could call you. Well, what can I call you? Marky?
Call him the Johnson boy.
I thought we already cleared this up. It's Markon.
Yeah, I
could have sworn we cleared this up.
Well, I give nicknames to people because it's cooler.
Okay, then it is my choice to respond to it.
You're a difficult one.
I'm gonna look at Rheya and just be like, Rheya, I really like this one.
I thought you might.
Okay, Mark. Is that okay? It's gonna take me a minute to get your name down. You have to earn my trust.
That's why you call them Johnson boys until you can come. Yep.
That's a lot of words.
I have to earn your trust. You have to earn my response. So you get my name right.
He is snappy.
Oh, I like him. He got some fare in his belly. Hopefully he don't get some fare in his mouth.
I mean, I like the words that are coming out of your mouth. Whatever your name is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's on the tip of your tongue. There, it's right there.
I'll get back to you. So, what the hell about this kitty?
Oh, but they put the kitty. I've seen the kitty's little cage. I'm so excited to see the kitty. Yes, I am so excited. She just raises a hand to the sky. Kitty. No, but for real, can we go see the kitty now? Because I'm dying to know.
Baron's looking like, certainly.
Yay!
Is this like a house cat? Because that's pathetic.
This is your pet that came with you.
Yes, the kitty.
Oh my God.
He said stables.
Did you bring
he said
Oliver?
Problems.
He said problem is stables. Yep.
Nana,
house cat.
did you bring Oliver with you?
Who's Oliver? I don't know anybody by the name of Oliver, and if they did, whatever they done said, I did. I didn't do it.
Is it like this big, or is it like this big?
Well, how the hell am I supposed to know? I've never seen it.
But you think it's a kitty?
Well, yes. I was supposed to come with the pet. I came with the kitty.
Did you see this kitty? You haven't seen this kitty.
Why would I look for the kitty? I don't know what a kitty looks like, but now I want to see it for my own eyes.
I've been here for a few days, and I'm thoroughly confused.
I just want to see the kitty. I don't talk about it. I just want to see the kitty.
Markon, you would have, so during your travel here, you sort of stayed reserved in your cart and such, but you definitely would have seen or at least heard the rustling of this extended 6-wheel carriage. Every gonna shake around. They threw rabbits in there every so often and small creatures and stuff. So it's something large.
I wouldn't assume it was a kitty, but I mean,
it's a kitty. I'm trying to told you.
We'll
it's like you
see.
don't listen. It's a kitty.
Wait. And I look at Markon like, did it travel with you here from Ikram?
It didn't travel with me, alongside me, maybe. Again, didn't know if it was a cat or a dog or whatever it is. I didn't look in that cart. It was none of my business.
Well, but it was like really.
Okay.
I mean, they made sure
It was a big carriage.
They made sure that the kitty had a big playground.
Baron.
Yes.
Show me the kitty.
I want to see the kitty.
Indeed.
The kitty.
Yes. Nice. Yes. Snaps his fingers for one of the servants. Please show Thaxel. Wait, did you give him? He knows your name is Thaxel anyway. Show.
Does he?
He does. Yeah. You may have told him it was Remy, but please show Thaxel here to their pet. and any others. And then you're all welcome to stay here tonight and rest and recuperate before you travel. But again, please make haste. It's the summit is much easier while the creature is still recovering.
While everybody goes to look at the quote-unquote kitty, Nana would like to go to a familiar room to her, and
oh yeah,
and rests her weary legs next to it as she studies it some more.
Okay, nice. You do so. You have sort of the same experience as beforehand. Now kind of familiar.
Okay.
All right.
Who all is going to see the kitty?
I mean,
Rheya?
Like front and center.
Is the Baron showing us the way there, or is he just saying we can go see the kitty?
He is just he's having a servant show you. So he's in the room still, is staying to remain engaged with anyone that stays here.
Okay. Rheya would probably stay in the room.
I'm going to follow Nana's lead, and if we have no business to discuss, I'm going to retire to my quarters while they go look at this kitty.
I suppose that leaves the waiting room as just Baron, Rheya, and I. Is that yes?
I think so. Right, because Nana D went to the other thing. Yep. And Ariel will go with Thaxel.
Okay. I'm going to invite the Baron to have a seat and sit and invite Rheya as well. Sit in one of the chairs and kind of have a little conference here.
First, some snacks. He's going to walk past Rheya. Rheya, if you want to make a sleight of hand check as he walks past you to get some food for the table.
Okay, that was a 14, so...
So 1 million.
4, yeah, 27, yeah.
Okay, all right, perfect. All right, so something happens. He gets his food and stuff, and sits down and sets the food, some snack food, finger food down at the table. Sits across, sets up seats triangular, so the three of you can face one another. Yes.
Are any of the snacks here raw meat?
Yeah. There's some smooth salmon on crackers. There's little sandwiches, but there's nothing like a slab of meat. But there's some raw. It's a port city, so there's a fair bit of fish that's raw.
No beef carpaccio? Rude.
Aga will kind of look over the tray and say, there's no blood here. How often do you feed?
So you've heard. And he grins now, and you can see the fangs, upper and lower, a little bit. There's plenty of blood here. Kind of glances at the two of you.
None is available in the room, though. Part of the thing that upsets me the most about this whole thing is that you've ruined a perfectly good opportunity for us to be friends. For us to help each other and be useful without as much anxiety as there could have not been.
Truly, what have I done? I procured
We've been over what you've done, Baron. Don't play games with us. You withheld information, pertinent information, that ended up harming our prospects for the future. And you know full well that is not acceptable.
I trust you to handle your own business. You're all capable people.
Indeed we are. But as Rheya has said, we would like to take the steps towards a more mutually beneficial agreement.
What do you propose,
it's all right.
Aga?
If it's all right with you, Rheya, I would like to procure some of your mages to work in my service. I've been working on some artificing. And I need other mages to help me move it along more quickly. I have goals I'd like to meet, things I'd like to make, but I have so much time spent traveling and dealing with problems that would have been avoided if our compatriots would have given us information we needed. And he'll say it kind of with a little bit of a pointed, like anger in it. And he'll go, and I would have more time to work on the projects that will assist in the very things I need to get done.
Agra, truly, you can't expect everything to be handed to you on a silver platter. You must work and earn some of this on your own. If you had difficulties with your compatriot, then so be it. That was not on me. I gave you the information you needed. I will still hold true to my bargain. I cannot give up.
The compatriot I was referring to was you, Baron. None of my party has caused me any harm.
Not even the one that got away.
No. Other than stealing a piece of information that was ours, I haven't taken any harm, but it did make it more difficult. And even then, she was a recent addition, which we are going to be much more careful with now. And you, as much as you pretend like you had no hand in it, definitely did. You can stop playing dumb. And as for dealing with my own problems, where I come from, when somebody does what you just did to us, we kill them. And it would not be terribly difficult for us to do that to you. And I would not be afraid to burn your coffin to ash and end your miserable existence. But Rheya would like a business proposal instead.
He leans in at that. You can see a little bit of this. There's just an evil to this type of vampire. I'm right here. You can try.
I'm sure you would like for you to see it coming, wouldn't you?
That is my business, to see it coming.
Exactly why I think that you and Rheya should take the steps to work together. This is one small step towards that. And it will help you at your job and her at hers, and I see no reason to cause violence when we could both benefit and move forward from an unfortunate circumstance.
He takes some of the food, not that he has to eat, but, snacks on some. I cannot give up any of my mages, but if you have some work that you wish to begin here that requires their assistance, I can lend some of their time to you. Leave your works here, and you can do what is needed.
I've already stated that your trust is no longer something that we hold.
That is all
I will not be leaving any magical items in the hands of your mages so that they can put your own enchantments on them.
It is a shame. But we do have a deal already. I've upheld my end, and I expect, and kind of looks at Rheya and you to hold up your end.
Really fast. Aga, would we have cast
Bond right before we came through? Yes, okay. For sure.
I assumed we had bonded, so okay. Telepathically, Rheya will tell Aga, I think you can trust him in the most explicit of terms. So if you don't leave a loophole, he will hold the bargain. Do with that what you will.
We can totally take a break from this because I do want to look into something really quick.
All right, go for it.
We can come back to this in just a minute.
As soon as she's done her thing, she's gonna try to find out which way the kitty is, so she can catch up to the Axel.
Oh, okay. You ask a servant, and they're like, I'm right over there, ma'am. They're just headed out to the stables. And you peek out the door, you see Thaxel, 20 seconds ahead of you.
She kind of hurries up. So, Kitty, kitty, kitty.
You catch up to Thaxel. You have maybe another minute walk out to the stables. The two of you can walk together. You see a lot of the horses out in the pen, sort of being run around and stuff. But there's rustling, heavy rustling in these stables as you approach.
Oh, the kitty's hungry.
Yeah.
Do we have treats for the kitty?
Well, Nana.
Yes.
Could you stand behind me, and Ari will keep you company.
But why folk come?
Huh?
Why folk come? Age before beauty, young lady, and the nanny want to see the kitty.
Well,
I know that the kitty don't like to be looked at very often, so I will put on my protective dentures. And she taps her finger on her.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Okay, Nana. Let me tell you. I don't know if you know, I'm a exquisite druid, right?
Okay.
I'm really good at handling animals, and I kind of want to take a look first.
Okay, but even if what if there's trouble here, I'm supposed to protect you.
Well, I think we can. You can protect me if it comes to that. I think I know what this is, and if it is, he's gonna want to see his mama.
But okay, but am I supposed?
I would here lock arms with Ari, lock arms with Nana. Okay, it's okay, all right.
Hold their arm out.
And I want you to ready something just in case.
Yes, ma'am. What you like?
What you got?
Well, I mean, if you having a problem with the creature, I mean, I can, show them that Nana's more dominant. Let's see, I can make them giggle. I can I don't know. I can maybe perhaps clean them up if they poop on themselves. But mostly I can. I'm really good at I can. Would you like me to provide you a little sanctuary, maybe, or
Yeah. I don't know what that is, but yes.
Oh yes, okay, I could do that. And she'll reach into her blouse and pull out the tiniest little mirror that you've ever seen.
Oh.
And she'll kind of wave it at you, and she'll say, "Mirror, mirror on." Well, never mind, because I know I'm the oldest broad here. And she'll like point at you, and she said, "Don't worry, Chad. I'll give you some sanctuary," and she'll cast sanctuary on her.
Ah, nice.
Nana, you are a treat.
Yes, I have some bacons for the kitty, and she'll reach into her pocket in the apron and pull out a piece of bacon.
Nice.
This isn't from that one guy, is it?
I made it fresh, not when I heard Joe was coming.
Oh, okay, because he anyways, I'll tell you later. So I grabbed the bacon, and I want to go approach the area that this creature is in.
Okay.
And I want to look at its paws. Feet first to see if I recognize it.
Well, you step into the stable out of the sunlight, the bright, direct sunlight today in a mostly cloudless sky. And in the shade of the stables, you kind of look around a bit in the dim light, and you hear an area usually used for cleaning down the horses. It's larger than a normal little stable slot. The doors, there are two large double doors, wooden doors that are closed with a board slat drop down, keeping it closed. You see it shuttering the doors. Something's on the other side playing with the doors.
Is there like slits to the doors?
No, it's pretty recently set up, the stable, so the seams are pretty tight.
Okay.
There's a little bit on the ground, since it's not a perfectly even ground. There's some spots you might be able to look.
Yeah. Okay. She's gonna like get down on all fours and like put her head to the ground and try to just look at the feet.
Okay. It's actually difficult to see feet because there's a bunch of straw in there currently.
Okay.
So you see a lot of straw, but you do see what looks like numerous feet walking by.
Okay. She'll take a piece of bacon and as she's sliding it under that crack, she's going to say, Oliver, is that you?
You hear the feet. They kind of hit the door and smack. Oh, the bacon gets pulled under. There's some clawing at the door.
Did the kitty like the bacon?
Yes, Anna.
You want another piece?
I
got a few.
Yeah,
She'll come over and like pat you on the backside and like hand a few over.
Thanks, Nana. Thanks.
You're very welcome. She's gonna stand there and kind of lean a little bit against Saxel, and I want to, just in case, ready an action. If that's okay. If she or only if she's gonna get hurt.
Okay, and what would you like to do if she gets hurt? What action would you like to ready?
Because she thinks it's a kitty, I want to ready dominate beast.
Okay, nice.
Because she really thinks it's a kitty, so
that's amazing. Okay.
But she has to be able to see it.
Okay.
So, like, if she sees it, like, reach out and hurt her, she would like to be ready for that, or try to reach out and try to hurt her. She wants to. Yeah.
Are you prepared that? Faxel, what are you gonna do?
I am going to do a ritual. I need to see if I actually have to see it, though. It doesn't say I have to see them.
Okay.
I would like to ritually cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
So as I'm like sliding bacon under the door, I say Oliver's name again, and I'm concentrating on, or I tell Nana I need like 10 minutes.
Take your time. I'll be right here, child. I ain't going nowhere. I got your back. And she smacks you on the butt.
Oh, Nana, you're feisty. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Speak with. Oh, sorry, I've got a different way to look for it. Didn't mean to mess with your thing. All right.
Jeez.
I know. Oops. Speak with animals needs to be. Okay. So you do that, but there is no response. You don't feel that connection with a beast. You do recall, though, that Oliver is not actually a beast, but instead a monstrosity.
All right. So this is not a beast, Nana. It's not a kitty.
No, what you mean it's not a kitty? I don't, even if all folks, then, okay, well, maybe then nobody told me because I told them not to, because it wouldn't mind to need to know. But, now that I need to know, maybe you could really drop some knowledge on old Nana, youngin'.
Oh heavens. So Nana, I can talk to animals, but this is not an animal. It's not a beast.
Well, I mean, child, everybody can talk to animals. I mean, you gotta lean down and like, come here, kitty.
Oh,
Rheya,
Nana.
or not Rheya, Faxel, how much are you letting this conversation spill over the telepathic bond?
I don't know. Whatever is open, I don't think she's concentrating very hard on keeping it out. So
I feel like Aga would like just mentally real quick be like, next time I cast it, I can just include him in it if you want.
You can include Oliver?
He's a creature.
My
It even
baby.
says in the spell that you don't have to share a language.
Oh, my baby. That's all you hear. You're thinking,
What's wrong with your
Scratching on the
baby,
doors.
child? But now let's stop pretending about talking to flowers and little kitties, and let's worry about getting the little kitty because the little kitty needs love. And she'll like lean forward and tap gently with her fingernail on the wood. She's still kind of a little woozy, so she'll like come out, kitty, Nana.
I'm gonna grab or put my clawed hand on Nana. This is more than likely my basilisk.
Oh, the sycamore. Oh, shit, I done heard about the sycamore. Oh, hell nah, child. What you done brought? What that ain't no goddamn. What the shit you done? Oh, heck no. Man, oh, no, child. Now I done heard stories about the sycamore. They done told me I done seen it creeping around. It was hiding outside my window. That ain't no goddamn kitty. What the hell you done brought to me now? Why did you run? I didn't put away. But I thought I heard purring.
Oh God, Nana, I need more to drink. Can you grab me some more of that? Yeah, I've got it. You may want to step back. Like,
yeah, but I don't look at it. You got child. Do you want Nana's glasses so you can see?
Does your glasses have special abilities to look a basilisk in the eye?
What the shit would I do? Shit is wrong with you, child. You done took it to the head a little too much tonight. Girl, please.
You just offered me your glasses.
Yes, because if you put them on, you liking to go blind.
Oh God, I can't handle you, Nana.
What you mean? Why are you trying to handle me? Child, I'm trying to protect you. And
you're doing a swell job. Like, that's all I mean. Like, it's just...
then why the hell you done bring a sycamore and we supposed to have a kitty cat? There's a gigantic difference between a kitty cat, a little furry kitty cat, and a sycamore.
I don't know what that is.
A sycamore? Let me tell you, girl. I'll tell you all about the sycamore. You want to know what a sycamore is?
I don't.
Yo, you do not?
Aries pushing up the wood thing like she's done. Let me have her do a strength check. You see her lifting it up. Yeah, she starts lifting. The plank drops. The doors start to burst out.
Run.
And out runs a fully grown Oliver.
My baby!
Now what I believe large. Now let me just take a peek here.
He's a giant owl.
Medium monstrosity. However, this particular one is a large because I know the disappointment. If not, just kidding. This standing, crawling about here, probably 7.5 feet tall, about 15 feet in length from nose to tip of tail. Crawls out and goes over to you, Thaxel, and with a little snake-like tongue is like sniffing about your face and stuff. Huge! It puts just the front two hands up on your shoulders, and it's like a crushing weight.
And I'm doing, like, I do not make eye contact at all. Oliver, is that you?
I'm gonna lick your face a little bit more.
Oh, my baby.
Rubs its face, nuzzles its face on you.
That's so big. Who's Mama's best boy? Who's Mama's best boy? And like I'm rubbing his chin. Like I'm assuming that's his chinny chin.
And he has a strange purr that sounds almost like a kitten. Blue vaporous ethereal film coming off their eyes. Nana, Ari's
looks
not
away.
look.
I mean,
Okay, yeah.
looks away immediately. Eyes to the ground like she was taught. She won't look. She don't care. I want to hear the purr, kitty.
Nice.
Oh. And I do more scritches. Oh, I missed you.
Nice.
I haven't seen you since you were a pup.
Oliver drops their paws down and kind of runs out past you towards the horses in the corral.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
Oliver! Sit.
Make an animal handling check, even though it's really not much of an animal.
I would be happy to. I would not actually. That's a 14.
Okay. Let me do a little check. Yeah. Kind of looks back at the horses that are just running about there. None of them are looking at him yet, at Oliver yet, and so Oliver sort of looks back and forth, comes back over to you, and again jumps up with their front paws.
Okay.
Meanwhile, inside, if you're ready anyway, Aga and Rheya, Baron's leaning forward. Yes, well.
Aga will reach behind his cape, like the cloak cape thing that he wears on his armor, and pull his shield out.
Okay.
He'll set it down. He'll go, I've been trying to experiment with infusing this shield with something similar to this, and he'll kind of like flick the shoulder of his plate.
Interesting.
I've found a way to do it. If you have a series of mages that can do some work for me while they're gone, I will be thoroughly investigating when I get back, or when I get my shield back from you.
Of course.
But I have a way I think I have found to infuse it with similar magics that may be a little bit more defensive.
If you can instruct my mages in this, then yes, I give you my word, there will be nothing done other than your specific instructions.
Can I tell if he's lying?
Yeah, you can make an insight check. He kind of looks, at Aga, but at Rheya a little bit more.
Ooh, not a good roll, Aga. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I was going to make my own as well.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a 15.
Nice.
Is that the first natural 20 tonight?
Oh,
hey.
Nice!
Hey!
Ooh.
Hey!
Hey-o.
That's like a 24, I think. For insight, that's a 26.
Can I possibly use my inspiration, because I think I got the highest in our...
You did, 714. Yeah, go for it.
I always forget, and it's almost the end of the night, so I might as well just burn it. Okay, so that's a 14 plus. What is it, insight, you say?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a 25.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Good God. What did you, just out of curiosity, what did you roll naturally on your D20?
14.
So it's okay.
Then she's,
I rolled a natural 20 and she got one less than me. Goddamn rogues.
Nice.
Look, I only do a few things, but I do them well.
Yeah, you can tell, you're getting the vibe with this discussion, plus previous ones, that the Baron is true to his word as a businessman. There may be things that are left out, but that's not his fault. And he does try and give information that is important, but not sacrificing, as he said before, the other secrets or other things with other people. But that's as he says this, he will instruct his mages to only do whatever, to follow your instructions to a T, and then nothing else will be done with it. He is, respectful of Rheya and the Davin Stars, and since he has this bargain in his mind here that he's going to have those connections.
Aga will stand up and he will kind of like move like he's going to put his hand forward to shake his hand.
Mm.
And then he'll say, is there any information I should know that you can't tell me?
Regarding?
Anything. Particularly about Nobella.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I'll say whatever her actual name was. Or Mia.
No.
None that I should know.
I don't foresee her having any impact on you in the future. Certainly not the near future. She has dealings with others, and her travels will take her far away from here.
It's too bad. I was hoping to meet with her again.
We can always make another deal once my deal is finished with her.
Rheya will definitely kind of crack a smile at this, which is unusual for her to break.
Aga fucking hates this. Oh, feels like dealing with devils again. Anyway, he'll go through the process of tracking down the mages or whatever, unless Rheya wanted to say anything more to the Baron.
I'll show a servant to Aga to guide you over to the wizards and give instructions to do as follow your directions.
Okay. Do you want to know what it is now, or do you want to do it after stream?
We could do it after stream, unless you're excited about it and you want to share it. That's fine too.
No, nothing crazy.
Okay. Rheya, do you stay, or are you gonna go do some other stuff?
I mean, she's just gonna sit and drink that wine in the room. She figures everyone's off doing their thing. She'll hang out in there.
Elsie's gonna stay there, top off your wine, top off his, and try and engage in some conversation over the wine, over the food. See how your experience was on the other side of the world. Maybe talk about some connections, see if there's any joint connections you all have. Share some funny anecdotes about any joint connections you may have, and just sort of have some small talk and such with you.
Stop talk. Okay. She will oblige. She's not quite as angry as Aga is. So
nice.
Now that Aga's out of the room, she's a little bit less. Yeah, she was backing up her friend, but
gotcha.
Yeah, but now she's like,
he's all smiles, cheers, and he it has a little flattery. It's not certainly the Davenstars are a powerful family with great reach, but it's my understanding that lately that's in large part due to you and your efforts.
If you don't expand, then what are you doing?
I couldn't agree more. Yes, well, certainly your family is very fortunate to have someone such as you with your talents and drive.
Well, I appreciate that. I would have to say, though, that it seems that you're quite lucky that time is on your side, and you can do quite a lot with that, can't you?
Yes, indeed. To be able to go through the early years and transition into a much more well-educated, experienced individual truly helps in the world of business and in other areas. He tops off your wine and his again. If you were ever considering this, to extend the longevity of your life, please let me know. Be happy to discuss such matters.
Interesting. I don't think my father would have approved, but honestly, he probably won't be long, around for forever, right?
Indeed. I would toast to your father's passing, but that seems perhaps just a little cruel.
Right.
Then, to our joint endeavors. I'll hold up his wine glass.
your joint endeavors. May they be long and fruitful.
Cheers to that and drinks. And then back out. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to zip a little bit forward unless anyone has anything they want to roleplay. Are you all planning to stay the night, or are you like getting up the F out of here?
I
was thinking.
For me, that is up to Rheya.
Okay.
I'll say Rheya, with her negative con, just had half a bottle of wine. I mean, it's up to you guys.
Nice.
My thought was we know a particularly sultry tree that we could just walk through.
I don't have that spell anymore because we just used it. It's a 6th level spell and only have one spell slot. Yeah.
It's not. Oh, did we? Oh, that's right. We didn't stay the night in Woodrun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, it was night by the time we got there, and we haven't rested yet. And so my question was, if we bamf out, are we going to accrue exhaustion because of that?
No-ish. Maybe towards the end of the day. I mean, it's still mid-morning. You probably have to find out, see what happens towards the end of the day.
I don't like that.
I think we should probably spend the night and then tree stride or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Transport via plants home.
Plants?
Yeah.
Well, you don't know that Oliver's with us, though.
I mean, we could just get him to walk through the tree. It's fine.
I'm going to bring up this map as well. So I'm going to say that just to keep the pace moving, that you're all able to, and again, unless anyone has anything you want to roleplay tonight. Go ahead.
The only thing that Deirdre would like to do is her typical routine as it's been.
Okay, gotcha.
And then discreetly check in on that and go to her favorite room, and then and then say goodbye to the kitchen people.
Oh, you're leaving. Oh, we're so sorry to hear that. It's been such a pleasure.
Yes, I know. Don't you be using my stove?
Oh, well, yes, is there any farewell gifts we can get prepared for you?
Yes, that special spice that I had for the green battle muffin. If I could have just enough for one more muffin.
Of course, yes, of course. And then we'll bid you good evening.
Yep, good night.
Nice, they get that all set for you, and oh, farewell, the doors close behind you. Yay!
She just smirks as she walks down the hall.
Nice. All right. Everyone's able to have a good night's rest. There are servants that rouse everyone in the morning. So they'll kind of go around. Markon, are you what type of time of day do you typically wake up? Are you regimented or?
Depends on what I'm doing. So I get up really early, like whatever 6 a.m. is, and
okay.
I'm up.
Okay. Neat. So servants won't even have to get you. You're up. You know where the breakfast area is, and there's areas outside to do any training. There's areas inside to sit and read and or otherwise wait. Otherwise, everyone is woken up and gathered in the meeting room again. Servant enters. Breakfast and everything served in there, and as you all get your fill, the Baron wishes to know when you are all departing.
I think we all look to Rheya.
I'm looking, yep, same.
After breakfast, right? With haste, if we can. We just need a large tree, please. Not too far away.
A large
We can walk to it. We can walk. It doesn't need to be brought inside.
Right.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. It can remain.
I saw the cogs turning.
Yeah. He was like,
I don't need it. I don't need it in here. I need it where it's planted.
Yes, of course. Yes. Well, we do have one in the rear yard. Not a problem.
Is it on the grounds of the estate? Because I'd prefer not to do it out in the city.
Yes, of course. About a minute and a half's walk in the Rheya yard, of course. I can show you the way. You're welcome to pack up any food that will last your journey.
Are the stables in the rear yard?
You can. They're on the other side of the house. You can go around that way if you want.
I was just thinking it might not be a good idea to bring Oliver through the house. It might be a good idea to bring Oliver through the house.
Nice.
Nana will walk over to Thaxel and tug on her clothes. Listen here, Chuck. Come here.
You have to lean way down.
Thaxel will kneel down.
She'll look you in the eyes as best as she can, and she'll say, "I got enough of that there organic stuff to make you one of them there fancy green metal muffins, and if you need it, all you do is just tell Nana and I'll whip it up."
I'll keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
You're all right, Nana.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Pat her on the head.
Hey, now don't you mess with old Nana's hair now, and then she'll cast prestidigitation and make sure it's all good.
Nice.
I didn't mess it up too bad. You're fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Nana.
Mm-hmm.
You're all right for now.
For now.
I just met you.
Yep, I know.
Ari, so Markon, Ari is in appearance a young girl, maybe 12 or 13, I think she's supposed to be, or 11 or 12. Jet black hair, very, very pale, and you've heard her sort of talking to herself from time to time in this past, yesterday evening in the other room, and then today during breakfast. She'll just kind of turn and be like, "What are you talking about?" To no one. And she comes up, approaches you. Markon, right?
Yes.
I'm Ari. We're going to be traveling together, and I think, I just want to know if you, do you hear any voices in your head? Not your own?
I'm going to say no, I don't. Just my own voice.
Okay.
Well, very strange question.
Yeah, well, I see. I told you we shouldn't ask him. He says to no one. Yes. I just wanted to say welcome, and you look very strong. And she's craning her neck up, and you look very strong, and I look forward to the journey.
Thank you.
Okay, can we go? Okay. She nods and turns and then walks back over to the rest of the crew. Still, she's keeping she hasn't approached you yet, Nana D, but she's been eyeing every so often. She'll kind of eye you a bit. Are you all heading to get Oliver and then continuing to the tree?
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Kitty.
Now, are we going to put that thing on the leash, or what's
Why would you put a kitty on the leash? That is so cruel.
So we're just
Why did we put you on the leash?
So we're just going to walk that thing through the city?
Oliver is a peach. Wait, where are we going again?
We're not walking through the city anyway.
No,
we're
going
walking
point
around
to
the
point.
estate.
Oh, okay, got it.
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I thought we were going to be out in public with that thing. Okay.
Can we?
How you have the guards summoned to kill it, and then you got to fight the whole city.
Nice.
Oliver can take care of himself.
So there is a note, and there's a little bit of harness work on in the stables for Oliver, and including a soft saddle in case anyone. Now you'd have to be a small size creature. No, I'm sorry, he's large.
Oh.
So medium creature can actually use them as a mount. And this includes some blinders. They have blinders on either side, but they also have sort of a film of cloth that Oliver can see through, but that people can't see in when it's bright out anyway. It doesn't work as well in the moonlight and dim conditions, but it's effectively sort of helping keep his eyes under control, but it's sort of jerry-rigged. It's not been perfected.
This is the best day ever. That's what I'm doing.
Comes out to meet you all. Are you gonna ride Oliver?
Hell yeah!
Nice. Okay, so Thaxel comes out looking triumphant, astride Oliver.
He's gonna come out and be like, "Bow to your queen, motherfuckers." So happy.
I guess gonna like walk out the door, not really paying attention, like see his feet, and go, Jesus Christ, and like quickly avert his eyes, and he'll be like, "Fucking hell!"
You feel his little forked tongue up near your face, sort of sniffing you.
I'm gonna go keep my distance away from that thing. For sure.
It's okay.
Hey.
Markon. Markon. Was that right? Markon?
No, it wasn't.
No? Markon.
Marconi. Nope.
Macaroni.
No.
Macaroni!
Just call him Tony. I tried to tell you, just call him that damn Johnson boy. I don't know why. Why you trying to name him? He ain't no pet.
Well, I have this thing.
Okay.
Mark.
Hey, as long as you keep that thing under control, I'm going to keep my distance.
This is my child.
I'm gonna back up.
and Oliver is sort of like an untrained puppy, just exuberant, full of energy, and like, oh, what's this? And it will take some training to kind of rein him in, Thaxel. But you're like, whoa, like
I'm proficient in animal handling.
Nice.
I gotcha.
You can make an animal handling check if you want to see if you can calm Oliver down enough to focus on bringing you where you're headed.
I want to ride the kitty too.
Does it kill things? Please say yes.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
It's a kitty, of course. It's a
I was about to say he's mighty friendly for a murdery creature. So.
Well, I'm working on him. We've been separated for a while. I rolled a 16.
Okay, seems to calm down enough. Still kind of sniffing over at Nana D and anyone that gets close enough, and Markon keeping his distance.
She has bacon in her apron pocket.
Oh, Nana, just throw it out. Just throw that bacon out.
I'm gonna stay far away from the business end of that thing for sure.
Nice. Okay.
Far away.
It's a special thingy.
Nice.
Well, just like take the bacon and lay it in front of him, and then just don't look at his eyes.
Can I ride with you?
Oh, if it comes with instructions, I'm gonna be okay. That's you.
Can I ride the kitty with you? I don't weigh very much.
There isn't quite enough room. There's a lot of spikes on its back. You could uncomfortably attempt it.
She still isn't looking at it. She doesn't even know what it looks like.
Nice.
She's just staring at her feet. But she's not even looking at it.
Yeah, Nana, there's not exactly enough room. And
you try to call me fat?
Honey.
Oh,
honey,
yeah,
you are so tiny I could throw you.
Yes, she is.
She's a halfling. I think hypothetically you could ride Thaxel while Thaxel
I
rides
will murder
Oliver.
You.
You could put Nana on your shoulders. It would be
so
cute.
No, that's all right. I will walk. I am not riding Miss Lady Queen Thaxel. No.
Nice.
Rheya, she can stay.
She'll take out the bacon and drop it on the ground between her feet and like back away and still not look. She doesn't care what anybody else is doing. She's not looking because she's just keeping her eyes on the ground.
Okay.
She'd be like, "All right, well then I'm gonna walk then, but can I walk in front of you?"
So we're riding out right now, right?
Well, walking out, right?
Yeah, you've left the stables and you're in a very wide open backyard. You can see a tree line in the distance with a few large trees. About a minute walk.
So this would be a good time to get our mounts?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Can I expend a spell slot and use Find Steed?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Nice. Did they just apparate from thin air, or do they come out of nice?
It apparates from thin air. Yeah.
What do you want? Do you have an idea of what you want your horse to look like, or your steed to look like?
Can it be a nightmare?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what it would be.
Oh, neat. So it's interesting because as you summon your nightmare, that does it bursts into existence, flame, wreathed hooves and mane, and you hear one by one the other party members call out a name, and as they do, from a dark portal pouring out black miasma, nightmare steeds come out. They actually have and they're just like, but you know what? We'll say that just to keep the flavor, if you're interested, I know I have this image in here. There are nightmare steeds, but then there is a nightmare Koshmar, which looks like this instead of the normal nightmare steed.
Oh, yes.
The whole face is like a sort of a skeletal horse. Oh, are you in Fantasy Grounds? Sorry.
No, yeah,
my
I'm
bad.
in Fantasy Grounds, but I'm not in Fantasy Grounds.
Okay. Do you have the stream up? Are you able to see the stream in the other?
Yeah.
Okay, so it should pop up in a sec. They're more muscular. They have some vascular flames. Okay, nice. Yeah. And would you like that instead of the normal?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, sure. It's like 1.5 times the size of the nightmare steeds.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I would like that one. Please.
So they're calling their steeds, and then you call yours out. Comes over, leaving big divots in the earth.
Nice.
Hold the phone.
And then Nana is seeing this thing right by her. She's like, "I could do better than that, Mr. Johnson, boy, macaroon." And she'll reach in her pocket, pull out a piece of string that's tied to a piece of wood, and she'll swing it around and kind of like it's almost as if she's caressing someone's cheek. And she'll say, "Oh, people, Nana, won't you?" and of course nobody sees what happens, but she's gonna cast Unseen Servant.
Nice.
And she's gonna lean forward and kiss the air, and she'll say, "Oh, people, Nana was hoping that you would seem to be about maybe finding something she could ride since you not able to perform like you used to."
Oh, more people. Okay.
Of course, it just doesn't do anything, but
Yeah.
She tried to be flashy like everybody else.
Awesome.
Aww.
You see, you anyway, Nana would see sort of Peepaw shuffle off to the stables and unsuccessfully try and get a horse out for you. Since she's probably too far, it'd disappear before you even got there. Yeah. Poof. Yeah.
God damn it, people always leaving me hanging, not just in the bed. That's what I just want. Bye-bye, my God, leave me alone.
When when Nana opens her eyes from that tearful eruption, she sees that Rheya's hand is down to help her onto the back of her nightmare with her.
She'll grab her arm. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Miss Rheya.
Of course, Nana.
All right. So I've shared out the map of Vassarel since you are back. You are all off on the eastern coast by Embergate. It's about 2/3 of the way down the continent, all the way to the right. I don't have it marked as Port Esela-Nu, but it's at the end of the road there by the Embergate forest. The area in which the phylactery is located is down in Dragonmaw, in the very southern tip down there, where there are known to be some Dragonborn clans. So that's where you're looking to go. Do you, with your teleport, of course, I think, how does that work exactly, Faxel? Can you go somewhere you haven't been, or do you have to be familiar?
Yeah, now that you said that, I can't. No? At any distance, just kidding. I would have to have seen or touched the plant, so I can't do the spell.
You have traveled down the loop and around, so just north of where it says Dragon Maw, there's a little break in the woods there. At the very northern point, where you see the road come out, you've been by there. And there are trees there, so you couldn't go that far.
Okay.
You could also attempt to scry.
I don't have
phylactery. We've been given a bunch of information about it by a sphinx, which I feel like would be at least enough to make the attempt. Even if
do you have the 1,000 gold piece gem that we need to scry?
I think I have 1,000 gold pieces if you need to borrow some.
It's a very specific.
Hold on, let me look in.
And I don't have it prepared. It's a 1,000 gold piece, like crystal ball, silver mirror, or something, or a font filled with holy water.
Oh,
it's focus.
I could make
Bitch,
you some holy water.
I can make you holy water.
Yeah. But it has to be 1,000 gold piece worth. It's a focus.
Yeah, the font would have to be 1,000.
And it takes me 10 minutes to scry. And I don't have it prepared. Because I don't have 1,000 gold piece focus on me.
That's fair enough.
Atop Oliver, Thaxel's shoulders slump every time she has to. I don't have it prepared. And it'll be 1,000 gold.
That's 1,000.
Do you have a hat we can put it in? Or?
Do I have a what that we could put what in?
How about
a hat? A hat we can put it in? Yeah.
I knew something was that, but
a collection plate.
I mean, really, we just need to rob some people real quick.
Oh, I'm fine with that for sure.
Or just buy one.
No, honey.
I like robbing people if we're gonna do that. I mean,
I feel like Thaxel was this close just now to being like, I haven't robbed anyone.
I haven't.
I know.
I haven't in like 30 episodes, guys. I've been doing so damn good.
This is the second largest port city, so you would know that there are shipments that go in and out and travel that road west out of the city. Not sure that you can get 1,000 gold worth, but
I thought our plan was to go home
first. I'm just saying.
Do we really want to drag Oliver around?
I think he was given to us as a tool that we needed to get into Dragon Maw.
Oh, I like that.
I think he was probably given to us because the stable hands are tired of dealing with him.
What?
I think that's the one.
I mean, I can ask Tassos right now, but...
All right, I'll wait.
All right, I'll pull out my sending stone.
Okay.
And send a message to Tassos and say, Thaxel will never know if you tell on her. But did you send Oliver because he was being too much of a pain in the ass?
You receive a reply. I almost said Vic. Yikes. Rheya, you've returned. Yes?
We're back.
Nice. Well, truth be told, Oliver was... our stone garden has grown immensely in recent weeks. Mm-hmm. But also, Oliver seemed ready to handle itself in battle.
All right, so I will turn to Thaxel and say, well, Tassos didn't have his stone on him, but one of the other family members did. It sounds like our stone garden has grown quite immensely. I think he was probably pushed off on us. Now, I mean, he's grown up quite a bit, but you clearly need to train him some more. Do you really want to take him on such a sensitive mission that we've already had a bit of a foobar once?
Where am I supposed to leave him?
Pele. He can protect our estate.
Why you all hating on the kitty?
Oh, the kitty's sweet, but
Do you think that it would affect a reaper? I have one that I need to teach a lesson to.
I don't. Maybe.
Then I'm okay with this. But
I'm actually on board with Thaxel's idea for once.
I'm sorry. Hold the phone.
I think that's a great idea.
Wait, leaving him at Pele or taking him?
No, turning a reaper to stone. I could study one, and when we turn it back, we could take it somewhere far away from Pele
and kill it.
Like, de-petrify it, and then I could study it.
Fucking kill it. I want that bitch. Okay, we can go to Pele. I'm okay with this.
We don't have to do that right now. I just want to drop him off, maybe spend a day or two there, and then move on.
That's fine.
We can't stay long.
That's fine.
Spend like a day or two getting Oliver situated so that a bunch of our servants don't die. And
that's fine. Let's go to Pele.
Yeah. Well, because we're going into the estate anyway, so these two just stay in the house once we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll just go through this street.
I mean, haven't we established that there's like magical checkpoints and shit? Like they know if somebody's in the center zone.
Yeah, it's sort of like a stamp at the zoo, but
that's right.
Magic.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, so as long as they don't leave like our estate grounds, they should be okay. But they like can't go. Like we'll have to transport them out via the tree.
Okay.
As well.
Well, that's fine with me. It's
I
only going to
only
be
have-
for their day.
We're gonna have to stay for a day or two anyway.
So, for the record, I only have one shot to transport them via plants, and that's getting per day.
Yeah,
but we're gonna stay in Pele for at least a night.
But you talk like, what are we gonna transport them through?
No, we're all gonna go through to the Pele
to
estate,
get to Pele,
and then we're all gonna leave. But when we leave, we have to go through the trees because they can't walk around Pele without access to the.
Oh, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Emma, I have a question really quick.
Mm-hmm.
To Rheya. Miss Rheya, can I talk to you over here for just a second?
Sure, Nana. What's going on?
She'll pull you down, like try to whisper in your ear, and she'll say really quietly, well, and if there's a problem with certain things, I don't like the idea of leaving your side, even if you need me to, I know enough that to stay by your side. All you have to do is ask.
Oh, Nana, that's very kind of you. I will remember that. And try not to abuse my.
It's not abuse.
With you.
It's not abuse. I don't know about abuse, and this is not. I gave my word, and she'll pat you on the shoulder, and you just say the word.
Well, thank you. I will definitely do that if I need to. Now, come on. That kitchen in Pele has been quiet long enough.
Nice.
All right. Are we all ready?
Which tree? Now you have your. Was there a tree? I think there was a tree large enough in your yard. Maybe.
Yeah, we spoke with
Sexy
him.
tree.
No,
yeah. Oh,
Sexy
right.
tree,
Right.
my
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I would like to transport us.
Okay.
All right, and I just real quick. Okay, we gotta hurry.
Before we go through the tree.
What do you mean go through it? Wait, hold a goddamn what?
Let's put the blinders on Oliver, okay?
Oh, they're already on.
Wait
Okay,
a minute. I have no idea what you mean. Wait a minute. Wait,
hold on to Rheya. Hold on to Rheya.
Wait, hold it.
And I cast transport via plant. Run!
Pick up Nana D and just push her through the tree.
Nice. Go. Kicking and screaming. Yeah. What is this? So you stride. The tree splits apart and peels back, and it's just a sort of a blinding light that pours out with white ethereal smoke that pours out as you hustle through. You all hustle through. As you're walking through, this white light turns darker grays and dark grays, and then black, and you come out the other side. And you find yourself in the backyard of your estate in the center ring of Pele. The tree that all plant life in this area on the verge of death, rotting. The tree you just came forth from has a whole section on top that cracks and falls from the pressure as you come through. You look back, and half the tree is standing here, mostly wilted and shriveled up black. Of course, you've seen this in the forest as you outpaced, as you left Lake Ander.
This was that necromantic pulse from the tower.
The city, eerily quiet. No bustle in the streets.
Ooh,
Wood rotten in buildings and fences alike. No birds flying overhead. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Ooh.
Whee!
We're evil guys. We don't actually care that this is right.
Oh, absolutely not.
My bigger thing.
I care about sexy tree. Okay,
You know, like it's one of those things where it's like the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, why are we trying to save the galaxy? Because we're one of the idiots who lives here. Like,
Nice. Yeah, sexy tree is just a pip of life left that allowed you to travel through.
I have trouble
We're gonna
getting
do some
out.
growing. Yeah.
We're gonna have some trouble getting out. Yeah.
Really?
Okay. I know we ended, but did we see any reapers in the sky?
None in the sky. Nope. Everything.
Are they undead?
They're technically they're a homebrew thing, and Aga's been researching them. They basically they look like I think of the Shinigami and Bleach almost, where they have like hollow masks of their face.
That's really dope. I hadn't thought about that. That's a good analogy.
I know exactly what that is.
Okay, perfect. They're super, super strong, and they're sort of have been anyway, the constabulary force of Pele, because the Sultan's stupid strong.
I just thought about it, Dan. With my item that I want to make.
Yeah.
It's kind of like multiple stages of a weapon. It's kind of like a Zangbuk 2 from
Yes!
2. Oh no! Oh no!
Nice. You'll have to call its name to release. Yeah.
Living out your 16-year-old dream, Bobby.
Yeah, you know it.
Excellent.
Lake Ander was near Pele?
Lake Ander is just southwest of Pele.
That's okay. And then when Tower.
And he said that it's
It was because of
Pele.
that.
And that shit and we watched it go to the horizon.
But we never came back to Pele, right?
We came back to Pele and we saw that the forest underneath us was starting to wilt, but we didn't know how far it would go. And as soon as
so it wasn't an immediate.
I was like,
no, you watched it.
This is over time.
Yeah, we watched it slowly grow a little bit as we left.
Okay, so that happened, and then way over time, that's when it went. Oh, my poor sexy tree.
Thing is, what is he doing? He's collecting druids. He killed your clans. He's
hashtag spoilers for new people.
Nice.
Speaking
of,
of,
go
oh my
back
gosh,
and watch
guys.
it. But then,
So great
oh my
to
God,
have
what is
you.
he doing? He's got to be siphoning druidic magic for some reason.
Yes, a huge shout out to Deontay and Kim tonight.
Thank you.
So fantastic to have you both here.
Seriously, you guys are so much fun to have. Holy shit.
Good to be part of the campaign.
So excited.
I love, there's this beautiful division between Nanadee's silliness and Markon's down to business.
I want to know what we're doing and how much I'm getting paid to do it.
Yeah. Excellent.
The last thing I want to do is waste my time.
Nice. You'll be a good force in the party when
Markon is what is it? Kira's version of Ileana.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
For sure.
Why are we doing this? So just to give a sort of a recap, this has been our All Evil campaign. We stream it every Tuesday night, Kira's Lament, from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. You can catch our drama, Good Aligned campaign, Stormfall, every Friday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. Every Sunday we have the Obsidian Scar, which is exploratory, conspiracy theory, a little of everything, plenty of silly campaign. That's picking up some steam as far as us paying attention and doing things. Which is exciting.
We've always been paying attention.
Sidetracked
by dildos.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah. I think I talked about a breakfast sandwich for like an hour in an episode, so I'm definitely right there. So, and starting, and I'll have to check my calendar quickly. I believe it's the 20th. Yes, the 20th. So not this upcoming Monday, but the Monday after. Steph, Skiles Art here in chat. Steph has a campaign that she's DMing called The Forsaken that deals with, gosh, I don't want to mess it up, but there's flying cities, certain outlawed magic in certain areas, I guess, and some other really fun stuff. So look forward to that. That's Monday nights, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. And same time slot for all of them, in case I didn't mention that for Obsidian Scar. But check us out. If you've missed any episodes, it looks like Nightbot already put that in. You can check out our YouTube and subscribe there to see them all get uploaded after we stream. Discord, thank you so much, Tasha. Hang out with us in Discord. We have plenty of funny things there. We even have Discord D&D where you can create a character in D&D Beyond, and I'll do my best to role play out. There's little sections of the city and stuff. Okay, all right, that's it. It's already super late. Thank you so much, players and people, for staying up so extra. Hope you all have a fantastic night, and I can't wait to catch you all again soon.
All right. Bye, everybody.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.